Tonight's game is a presentation of B92.7 FM Sports.
Breckenridge Cowboys football is on the air. Tonight's game is brought to you by Action Realty, Breckenridge Public Schools, Builders First Source, Carlson Family Insurance, CHI St. Francis, Essentia Health, Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley, Hike Camp Construction, Hornstein Family Chiropractic, Miller Realty, Minn Kota Ag Products, Otter Tail Power Company, Quality Toyota, Red River Agency, Smith Motors, State Farm agents Matt and Amanda Frederick, Titan Machinery, Twin Town Villa, Vision Ford, and the Wilkin Drink and Eatery. Now here's KBMW's Turner Blofis.
And welcome to the Wilkin Drink and Eatery pregame show, a tradition of good taste and company. Turner Blofis here, and boy, am I excited for a fun night of football here in Parker's Prairie. Breckenridge coming into this game with a 1-3 record, but you know, talking to people at Parker's Prairie, they know they're not going to be overlooking the Cowboys. Breckenridge put a pretty good beat down on the Panthers last year coming here, but the Panthers have taken a big jump. Actually, the top team in Section 6A. Not only that, they are the last undefeated team in Section 6A as well. So, Breckenridge could make some noise and shoot up the section standings. They pick up a big win here. And you know what? Since we're talking about the section standings so much, we may as well already jump into our Power Poll ranking brought to you by Otter Tail Power Company, on for conservation. Like I said, Parker's Prairie at the top of Section 6A with a 4-0 record. Actually ranked 4th in the state by QRF. Lake Park Audubon up next with a 2-2 record, as is West Central area. And then Brandon, Evansville, Ashby, they're also 2-2. So 3 2-2 teams, and then 4 teams that are below 500. Walker, Hackensack, Akeley, followed by Pine River Bacchus, who Breckenridge beat up on last week. Breckenridge is actually behind them, though, in the section standings. And then New York Mills is the last team here in the Power Poll rankings with a 1-3 record. And run through the the points so far right now. And Parker's Prairie is outscoring their foes 32.8 points to 5.5. So giving up less than a touchdown per game, pretty impressive. And my apologies for my voice already. I ended up what a good time to lose my voice about 3 hours before a game. Apparently I'm talking to too many people, but do not worry, we'll get through it. Maybe you guys like it sounds like this a little better. But anyways, I'll run through the schedule now, how we got to this point in week 5 of the year. Breckenridge opened up against a tough Pelican Rapids squad, a very physical Pelican Rapids team, and held their own against the Vikings and ended up losing 28-14 on the road to open up the year. And there was a lot of kind of sticking with a tough team like that and a tough 2A team at that. Now the Breckenridge is single A, heighten the expectations a little bit, I'll say. It kind of sent a message that this was going to be hopefully a strong start to the year. And then Stables Motley came to town and ended up pulling out the win in Breckenridge in overtime, a tough loss for the Cowboys. But I would argue this loss was even tougher. Pillager, they played the next week, 39-16, road loss to them. And oh boy, that was a tough showing for the Cowboys, but boy, did they bounce back. Pine River Bacchus came to town last week, and Breckenridge put a beat down on them, 49-12 for their first victory, first win under head coach Carson Yegi as well. So that's how Breckenridge got to this 1-3 start. Now for Parker's Prairie, 4-0, like I said, they started off the year with a slugfest with Lake Park Audubon, ended up winning that one 21-14. Pitched back-to-back shutouts, beating Walker, Hackensack, Akeley 49-0, and New York Mills 39-0. And then they followed it up with a 22-8 victory over Wadena Deer Creek last week. So 4-0 coming into this game, like I said, number 4 team in the state by QRF. So we'll take a quick break on this Wilkin Drink Eatery pregame show, and then come back with your pregame interview with head coach Carson Yegi. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM and watching on KBMW News Live or YouTube channel.
Looking to buy or sell your home? Want a bigger home, or is it time to downsize? Now is the time to own your dream home. What's really important is finding a home that's right for you. No one has more experience and expertise than Action Realty in Wahpeton. They are your hometown real estate agency, serving the Wahpeton, Breckenridge, and surrounding areas with 5 available agents that are ready to work for you. Whether you're buying or selling, call Action Realty today at 642-4700. And make sure to listen to the Action Crew talk real estate on KBMW every Tuesday morning around 9 a.m.
My name is Christy Baumhart. I am proud to be a part of the school district with dedicated staff, including administration, teachers, paraprofessionals, cooks, and custodians who are kind, caring, compassionate, and committed to the students in our district. They support, respect, and help one another succeed. One thing I am really excited about is the technology available to our students as it enhances their learning experience in the classroom. Not only as an employee, but also as a parent, I know the benefits of having both my children in the Breckenridge School District. Breckenridge Pride. We inspire to excel.
Breckenridge Schools, Breckenridge Pride, inspiring to excel.
Ever notice how people in the Midwest always want the opposite of what the weather is doing? When it's warm outside, you want it cold inside. And when it is cold outside, you want it warm. Thanks to Acclimated Entry System from Bayer Build Woodworks and Builder's First Source, you can have exactly what you want. Hundreds of styles, all designed for the Midwest. Acclimated Entry Systems from Bayer Build Woodworks are the quality performance doors you need with the beauty and protection you want. Builder's First Source is your source for acclimated entry systems and all your building needs.
Folding a fitted sheet, programming the thermostat, matching your socks. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your home doesn't have to be one of them. So you can get back to more important things, like finding that missing sock. That's simple human sense.
That's Carlson Family Insurance in Wapaton, representing auto owners insurance. Visit Carlson Family Insurance Agency in Wapaton today. Call 672-6002 or on the web at www.cfiagency.com.
Your daughter has the flu. Your son breaks his arm. You need quality medical care you can count on. CHI St. Francis Primary Care Walk-In Clinic. Quality family care. Go to the Primary Care Walk-In Clinic at CHI St. Francis, where there is no appointment necessary. Hours are Monday through Friday, 8 to 7:30 and 9 to 5 on the weekend. Quality care close to home. You get the finest care for home injuries, common illnesses, and emergency service. Virtual visit available. Call 643-0747. We treat you like family. You're one of our own.
It only takes one step, twist, or crunch to know something doesn't feel right. Essentia Health's orthopedic and sports medicine team gets you back to doing what you love with commitment, resilience, intention. We're here to keep you moving forward. Visit essentiahealth.org to learn more about orthopedics and sports medicine, like nowhere else.
Welcome back to the Wilkin Drink and Eatery pregame show, a tradition of good taste and company. And just like that, we're already halfway through the regular season, and I know someone who's not going to be happy to hear that. Head coach Carson Yagi, how's it going today, Cars?
Oh, it's going good. God, Turner, you don't need to remind me how fast this season's going.
Can you believe we're already in week 5? That's insane.
Oh, I know. I mean, football's a short enough season as it is, and God, it flies by.
That it does. What, and you guys are coming off your guys' first win. What do you think was the biggest thing that the kids kind of figured out last week to get in the win column, and how do you look to build on that this week?
You know, a big thing they figured out is just how hard you truly have to play in varsity football to be able to accomplish your goals. I mean, it's winning a football game, no matter who you play, is a very tough thing. And, I mean, we had some games early in the year where we thought we were going to win, and we didn't just because we didn't do the little things right. And, I mean, last week they came out with energy. They came out, they had a lot of fun playing football. It was great to see them fly around.
How does the scouting report look on Parker's Prairie, who comes into this game the last undefeated team in Section 6A?
You know, they're a very good team. They got a couple backs and some size to go along with it. I know they got one kid who I think leads our district in rushing yards, and the other running back leads the district in touchdowns. So I mean, they're quite the tandem back there, and they run hard. They got some good size up front, and a lot of kids who have had a good amount of experience playing varsity football in prior years as well.
Okay, and then to your guys' rushing attack, I know you guys were kind of taking it easy with Bailey last week to keep him healthy. Is that something we can expect going forward more, to be kind of more of the running back shouldering the load, or are you looking to get him more involved in the run game again in the next couple weeks?
You know, Bailey's too good of an athlete not to have the football in his hands. Last week wanted to take it off it. Paul and David, Lawson Oliphant, can't say enough, or can't sing high enough praise for all three of those kids and how well they did, and especially to the guys up front who were able to open up the holes and allow them to have the opportunity to break a tackle once we got to the second level. I mean, it was fun to see.
Oh, yeah, the offensive line, I think that was their best showing we'd seen from them this year.
Oh, for sure it was. they're finally getting some confidence. They're getting a little swagger going, and they're a hardworking group. It's just taken a little bit of time to gel and get there. And each day they've made a step in the right direction.
And you mentioned Lawson earlier in the rushing attack. Is he someone that maybe we can expect to see get a few more reps on offense in the back half of the regular season?
He's a kid who we'd like to be able to get more reps to, and we're very comfortable if Paula, David, Bailey, if they ever need to take a carry off or to get him in there, and we know Lawson's going to go in and run hard and can do special things with the football.
You guys have forced 7 turnovers over the last 2 weeks. What do you think that says about the way your defense has been capitalizing on the opportunities that they're given to make a play?
They've really been flying around and just having fun with it. It's taken some time for them to start to gel as a unit, but the big thing is they're starting to do their job in every single play. And sometimes doing your job is not trying to fly into the backfield and tackle the quarterback right away. Sometimes it's just making sure you control the offensive line and take on a double team and let a linebacker come through and make the big hit, make the big play unblocked.
Gotcha. How you guys sitting injury-wise?
We're sitting pretty good. Got a little bit of sickness running around the school. Gosh, every day the kids, it keeps coughing. But no, we're doing good injury-wise. A couple of guys are banged up here and there, but nothing substantial, so better go knock on wood.
There you go. And biggest key to a win, what has kind of been the emphasis this week that you think is going to be the big factor for picking up a dub this week?
For us this week, it's going to be tough on the defensive side of the football. We're going to have to create penetration and get in the backfield, disrupt some of their counter plays and stuff that they've had a lot of success with this year, and just make their team uncomfortable in the backfield. We can't play on our line of the scrimmage. We got to play over on their side.
What kind of an offense are they running, and what kind of sets do they usually run them out of?
They run a little bit of wing tee, a lot of buck sweep. They're pulling a lot of guys on most plays. Their stuff takes a little bit longer to develop than some of the previous teams we've faced. So a lot of misdirection, though, and a lot of guys moving on every single play is kind of how I describe it.
Yeah, got to have a lot of discipline on the defensive side of the ball then, for sure. And
Nope, exactly right.
All right. Well, anything else you'd like to add heading into Week 5?
No, thank you very much, Turner. Go Cowboys.
And we'll return to the Wilkin Drink and Eatery pregame show after this quick break.
Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley.
Hi, this is Wade from Breckenridge Cenex. Now is a great time to start thinking about protecting your recreational vehicles and equipment. Stock up on Splash RV Antifreeze at any one of our 4 locations, and we would like to thank you for your continued patronage.
Farmers Union Oil. Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley.
Big jobs, small jobs, and everything in between. Heidkamp Construction has served commercial and industrial clients in the Southern Valley and beyond since 1982. They are your fully licensed construction company, providing earthwork, paving, structural steel, and more. Need a new concrete parking lot or roofing? How about a new metal building for your farm or business? Call Heidkamp Construction in Wapton today at 642-5948 for superior construction service you can trust. Call 642-5948.
Dr. Andrea Hornstein at Hornstein Family Chiropractic is certified in pregnancy and pediatrics. Dr. Andrea treats newborns, infants, toddlers, school-age teens, and athletes, all the way to moms and dads, grandmas and grandpas, too. No need to suffer with a headache. This is one of Dr. Andrea's favorite things to treat. Did you know sprained ankles can be treated by a chiropractor? Getting your athlete back into the game faster, ready to feel and function well. Utilize chiropractic care for a healthier wellness style. Call Hornstein Family Chiropractic at 701-672-1300. That's Hornstein Family Chiropractic.
When you choose a realtor, you want a solid formula to make buying and selling your home as easy as possible. At Miller Realty, the formula is simple: integrity, trust, and most important, experience. Guy, Shelley, Jared, Lisa, Jamie, and Melissa have put in the years helping people buy and sell their homes. Miller Realty is a trusted legacy business in the Twin Towns. Put their knowledge and experience to work for you. Miller Realty in Breckenridge, a lasting tradition of experience, knowledge, integrity, and trust. Find them online at GuyMillerRealty.com.
Minn Kota Egg Products proudly supports the communities we serve by sponsoring the broadcast of this high school sporting event. When a team takes the field, there is nothing like experience you can count on to produce a winning season. Minn Kota has that experienced team, supported by the latest technology, products, equipment, and information to deliver a winning game plan for your farm. Contact our locations in Breckenridge, Barney, Kent, Wyndmere, Wapton, and Colfax. Let our team lead you to a successful farming season.
Otter Tail Power Company would like to remind you about the importance of high school athletics in the lives of children. These extracurricular activities play a role in the education and development of those kids involved and provide a way for them to learn some of life's most important lessons. Lessons take them through life with a sense of accomplishment and pride. Otter Tail Power Company would like to salute those athletes, coaches, and fans that make every season one to remember.
And welcome back to the Wilkin Drink and Eatery pregame show, a tradition of good taste and company. Turner Bluff is here. Once again, apologies if you're just joining in. My voice is not 100%. Don't know what happened. I thought I was just getting over the cold, but evidently not. As you heard in the pregame interview with head coach Carson Yagi, there is a pair of very talented running backs on this Panther squad that Breckenridge is going to have to maintain or contain. It is junior running back Mason Basil as well as senior running back David Revering. So those two are quite the duo. I was joking with someone before the game. I was like, it's like they got Reggie Bush and Lendell White. You know, one gets all the touchdowns and one gets all the yards. So it'll be fun to see these two, get to show off their talents and how the Breckenridge defense is going to have to try to slow it down, which is actually going to be my key to the game for the Smith Motors key to the game as we have mixed in here on the pregame show this year. Smith Motors, small town friendly, big town deals. And, that's obviously keeping those two running backs contained is going to be paramount. Turning them, I know they got some good receivers as well, but you're better off turning this team into a passing team and trying to make them beat you that way. So you got to contain these two running backs and not let them have big games, which has been a bit of a struggle for Breckenridge in a few of the games this year. Whether it's a mobile quarterback or just slowing down a power run game like we saw in the Pelican Rapids game. It's a tall order for this defense. But as we talked about in the pregame interview as well, this defense, they can bend, but they don't break. They come up with a big turnover. It looks like they're about to give up a scoring drive, and all of a sudden someone's diving on a fumble. So, you got to give Breckenridge's defense credit for coming up when they need to. And that is my key to the game for the defense. And now for the offense, it's going to be, get some explosive plays going because that kind of sets the tone for the day. I love the big, long, drawn-out drives too, but I need someone to bust off like a 20-yard run or something because that's something we got a lot of last week, and you could just see so much more swagger in this team. We need a few more of those big burst plays, bust off a 20-yard gain or maybe a 15, 20-yard hookup down the field. A couple of those got called off because of flags last week. So, just a few explosive plays early on to set the tone for the game and show that it's not going to be an offense that's going to be sputtering here in Parker's Prairie today. So those are my keys to the game for the offense and the defense, brought to you by Smith Motors, small town friendly, big town deals. And now it's time for your injury report, which is brought to you by CHI St. Francis. And luckily for the Cowboys, no injuries to report. They got some guys who are a little banged up coming into this game, Eli Butts being one of them. That's why he's actually, I'll tell you about it in the starting lineup so we get to it, but he's only going to be starting on the offensive side of the ball this week as opposed to both ways like he has been. So he's one guy, and then, the Martinez brothers have been kind of banged up throughout the year as well. So in an already thin line, Breckenridge is going to want to, keep those linemen in as good a shape as they can, because they can't lose they can't lose another one or two of those guys for sure, or else that's it's going to be tough sledding the rest of the year. So that's a look at your injury report, which is brought to you by CHI St. Francis here as part of the Wilkin Drink and Eatery pregame show. And the last segment we got on here is the starting lineups, brought to you by Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley. Take a quick break and come back with all your starters. You're listening to the Wilkin Drink and Eatery pregame show on B92.7 and live streaming on KPMW News Live, our YouTube channel.
No one woke up this morning and thought,
I want to go haggle.
At Quality Toyota, we don't do that. Our bottom line pricing means you get our best price the first time, every time. You'll even have that price before you talk to anyone, because that price is listed online at qualitytoyota.net and in the window of every vehicle. Simple, easy, stress-free. That's the quality difference. Quality Toyota, West Lincoln Avenue in Fergus Falls, qualitytoyota.net. Let's go places.
How much do you really know about insurance? You have to have it, and your family should be covered at all times in case of an accident. What coverage is the best for you? That's where independent insurance agents Tyler Kent and Brad Rivard at Red River Agency Incorporated of Breckenridge can help. They provide all your insurance needs for home, auto, farm, life, commercial, MPCI, and crop hail. It's that easy. Give Tyler Kent or Brad Rivard a call at 643-1623. Red River Agency Incorporated, always by your side.
Gear up for fall with Smith Motors in Wapaton. Avoid unexpected engine problems by getting your vehicle checked over with their free multi-point inspection and free battery testing. Now is a great time to have your engine coolant and fluid levels checked before the cold sets in. Smith Motors is your trusted Chevrolet GMC dealership in Wapaton. Small town friendly, big town deals. Located at 101 11th Street North in Wapaton. Visit them online at smithmotors.com. That's smithmotors.com.
Hi, this is Amanda from State Farm Breckenridge.
And this is Matt from State Farm Wapaton.
We are your local hometown insurance team.
And just like with your local sports team, having the right coverage is important. We're here to make sure you have the right coverage in place to protect what is most important to you.
We offer complimentary quotes for home, auto, life, farm, and business insurance.
And just like with your local sports teams, we're here and local and ready to answer all of your questions.
No more dialing 800 numbers or waiting on hold to talk to someone.
State Farm of Wapaton and Breckenridge.
Your local insurance team.
The 2023 harvest season is here, and Titan Machinery Wapaton has you covered with the equipment and product support you need to help you be more productive during the entire harvest season. We are your local Case IH farm equipment experts, carrying a complete line of new and used equipment backed by our expert service and parts support team. Our goal is maximizing your productivity by providing you the best equipment solutions and after-sales support in the industry. Find out more by visiting our website at www.titanmachinery.com. That's Titan Machinery, your local Case IH dealer. Assisted living. My wife and I knew this day was coming, the day that mom and dad would not be able to live on their own anymore. Well, we looked around at other assisted living communities, and nothing, I mean nothing, compared to Twin Town Villa. Everything at Twin Town Villa was a perfect fit for mom and dad's needs. Housing, support services, personal assistance, and healthcare, all under one roof. When I saw the interaction between residents and staff, it made me feel like this is the place where our parents can thrive. Twin Town Villa, close to home in Breckenridge. Call 643-9542 or visit twintownvilla.com.
And welcome back to the Wilkin Drink and Eatery pregame show. If you didn't know, it's a tradition of good taste and company. Try the French onion steak sandwich, baby. Best thing on the menu. And now it is time for your starting lineups, brought to you by the Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley, providing superior quality products and services while generating a positive return for their patrons. We'll start off with the Parker's Prairie Panthers. And I love how this coach sent the starting lineups. You know, this is my kind of coach when he starts off with the tight end. I'm just kidding. He went in numerical order, apparently. Number 2, starting as a sophomore, tight end Trevor Rounds. Starting at number 3 on this squad, wide receiver, a senior wide receiver, Dylan DeBilzen. And I heard some good things about DeBilzen before this game, so if someone's going to make a big play in the pass game, it might be him. Standout running back Mason Basil, wearing number 10. He is a junior on this squad. Cohen Noska, wearing number 12, is the QB, and obviously heard good things about him as well. I remember him from last year's squad. Noska is a senior. Number 32, Joe Johnson, not to be confused with the Breckenridge Joe Johnson, fullback on this squad. He's a junior. David Revering, the other outstanding running back on this Parker's Prairie squad, wearing number 33. He's a senior running back, and up front blocking, they have guard number 52, Seth Sansis, my apologies. He's a senior guard, wearing number 52 once again. Number 58, Caden Leininger, is playing tackle. He's a senior as well. Another senior, David Eggert, wearing number 64, playing center. And then we got junior tackle wearing number 66, Jackson Hubling. And then senior guard, Zach Murdoch. So we got 4 seniors on this offensive line. You know, that's always good to hear for a squad to have a lot of experience up front. Helps with the cohesiveness for sure. So that's a look at your starting offense for Parker's Prairie. Starting on defense, we got Trevor Rounds again playing defensive end. Nolan Steidel wearing number 5, playing linebacker. He's a junior on this squad. Another linebacker is Mason Basil, wearing number 10, as we mentioned earlier. Ben Wagner, wearing number 11, will be playing corner. He's a junior. Also in the secondary is number 15, Chavis Went, who will be playing safety. He is a junior, wearing number 15. At another corner, we have Shane Hansen, wearing number 25. He's a junior. Junior linebacker Evan Lenzen, who's wearing number 27. And then we got junior defensive tackle, number 32, Joe Johnson. David Revering is playing safety. Caden Leininger, we mentioned earlier, is playing defensive end. And then number 75, Zach Murdoch, who we also mentioned earlier, is wearing number 75, is going to be playing linebacker. A linebacker wearing number 75, that's going to be a fun sight. So that's a look at your starters for the Parker's Prairie Panthers. Now for the Breckenridge Cowboys starters. We'll start off with the offense. Up front, we got Eli Butts at right tackle. 5'11", 250-pound junior, also a captain on this squad. Brian Martinez next to him at right guard. We're number 52, and I might add, he's styling a new cowboy collar. We need to see more of those in this great sport of football. I got to see if I can find him to help everyone out. There he is, number 52 on the video stream. You can see that cowboy collar, loving it. Playing right guard, we're number 52, 5'10", 200-pound senior. Sophomore Henry Sledadall will be playing center, listed at 5'9", 180, wears number 53. Tegan Abel, another sophomore, starting up front, 5'10", 190 pounds, wearing number 54. Carter Benson wearing number 50. He is a senior left tackle, 6 foot, 190 pounds. At the skill position, we got Caleb Albertson starting again this week. Albertson's wearing number 4. He's a junior, 6'1", 170-pound junior. Dawson Weinbar and Jacob Kunkel, the two senior captains, playing wide receiver. Weinbar wearing number 12, Kunkel 17. Weinbar's listed at 5'9", 165. Kunkel 6'2", 180 is what he's listed at. The standout running backs of David Erlinson and Paul Armitage. Erlinson's a sophomore wearing number 21, 5'10", 185 pounds. Armitage, 1 inch taller, same weight though, 5'11", 185. He's a junior running back wearing number 33. And then we got Bailey Evans at QB, 5'10", 190-pound senior captain on this squad. Now for this defense, see if I can squeeze them in before the national anthem. Defense, we got Dawson Weinbar and Lawson Oliphant at the corners. Oliphant is wearing number 28. He's a sophomore, 6'1", 165 pounds. Jackson Riggs getting the start at free safety, wearing number 11, 6'1", 170 pounds. Started there all last year for the Cowboys. Been kind of moving around position-wise this year. Linebackers consist of Trey Vogelbacher, Jacob Kunkel, Paul Armitage, David Erlinson, and Tucker Shocker. They kind of run like that 3-5 where the DNs are kind of, where the linebackers are basically stand-up DNs. And run through their heights and weights here. Vogelbacher is a 6 foot, 175-pound junior wearing number 3. Already went through Kunkel. Then we got Paul Armitage, as we already mentioned him, and Erlinson too. All those guys go both ways. Tucker Shocker, only playing defense though. Wearing number 8, he's a 5'9", 165-pound senior. Up front, Brian Martinez along with Alan Martinez, his twin brother, wearing number 58. 5'10", 220 pounds, what he's listed at. And then Jackson Graves Bolte rounds it out on the D-line. We're at number 57. He's a senior, 5'11", 250 pounds. So that's a look at your starting lineups. Brought to you by Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley. And we timed it up pretty nicely with the national anthem. So we'll take a quick break. Come back with your opening kick. You've been listening to the Wilkin Drink and Eatery pregame show on B92.7 FM and watching on KBMW News Live, our YouTube channel.
It's time to huddle up when you're hungry. The perfect pre- or post-game destination is the Wilkin. Friends, families, and sports fans have been showing up at the Wilkin for decades to celebrate their favorite teams. Celebrate with delicious food and their favorite beverage. Best place around to watch the Bison, too. So for all of you local sports fans and fans of good flavor, head to the Wilkin and celebrate the Cowboys, Cowgirls, Huskies, and Wildcats. The legendary Wilkin, a tradition of good taste and company since 1894.
Looking to buy or sell your home? Want a bigger home, or is it time to downsize? Now is the time to own your dream home. What's really important is finding a home that's right for you. No one has more experience and expertise than Action Realty in Wapaton. They are your hometown real estate agency, serving the Wapaton, Breckenridge, and surrounding areas with 5 available agents that are ready to work for you. Whether you're buying or selling, call Action Realty today at 642-4700 and make sure to listen to the Action Crew talk real estate on KBMW every Tuesday morning around 9 a.m.
My name is Christy Baumhart. I am proud to be a part of the school district with dedicated staff, including administration, teachers, paraprofessionals, cooks, and custodians who are kind, caring, compassionate, and committed to the students in our district. They support, respect, and help one another succeed. One thing I am really excited about is the technology available to our students as it enhances their learning experience in the classroom. Not only as an employee, but also as a parent, I know the benefits of having both my children in the Breckenridge School District. Breckenridge Pride. We inspire to excel.
Breckenridge Schools, Breckenridge Pride, inspiring to excel.
Ever notice how people in the Midwest always want the opposite of what the weather is doing? When it's warm outside, you want it cold inside. And when it is cold outside, you want it warm. Thanks to Acclimated Entry System from Bayer Build Woodworks and Builder's First Source, you can have exactly what you want. Hundreds of styles, all designed for the Midwest. Acclimated Entry Systems from Bayer Build Woodworks are the quality performance doors you need with the beauty and protection you want. Builder's First Source is your source for acclimated entry systems and all your building needs.
Folding a fitted sheet, programming the thermostat, matching your socks. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your home doesn't have to be one of them. So you can get back to more important things, like finding that missing sock. That's simple human sense.
That's Carlson Family Insurance in Wapaton, representing auto owners insurance. Visit Carlson Family Insurance Agency in Wapaton today. Call 672-6002 or on the web at www.cfiagency.com.
Your daughter has the flu. Your son breaks his arm. You need quality medical care you can count on. CHI St. Francis Primary Care Walk-In Clinic. Quality family care. Go to the Primary Care Walk-In Clinic at CHI St. Francis, where there is no appointment necessary. Hours are Monday through Friday, 8 to 7:30 and 9 to 5 on the weekend. Quality care close to home. You get the finest care for home injuries, common illnesses, and emergency service. Virtual visit available. Call 643-0747. We treat you like family. You're one of our own.
And welcome back to Parker's Prairie. And for those who are just joining, my apologies. I ended up losing my voice, so it's going to be doing my best. But my apologies for if it's a little tough to understand. And I even went out of my way not to sing on the way here along with the music, so I don't know how I lost my voice. So my apologies, everybody. But once again, we are here in Parker's Prairie getting set for a game with the undefeated Section 6A leaders in Parker's Prairie taking on the Cowboys, and it's a really fun atmosphere here. They got some smoke here with the tunnel that they're running through. The whole squad's gonna run through, and I'm really loving the atmosphere of this game. They had like a bouncy house when I got here and stuff, so it's so far it's been a fun time here at Parker's Prairie High School, and they're pretty excited about their football team. If you can't tell, Breckenridge is going to try to be knocking them off here. And this is definitely a big change from last year when Breckenridge came in here and really took care of the Panthers with ease, racked up about a 3 or 4 touchdown lead going into halftime. And then second half, their offense didn't exactly perform how they wanted. But that was one of the ones where you'll take the win any way you can get it. Head home with a pretty lopsided win, even if they weren't happy about the second half. Hey, they won the section anyways last year, so it ended up not really mattering. But once again, coming into this game, Parker's Prairie 4-0 with wins over Lake Park Audubon, Walker Hackensack Akeley, New York Mills, and Wadena Deer Creek. They've given up 22 points so far in their 4 games. Cowboys coming into this game with 3 losses to open up the year against Pelican Rapids, Stables Motley, Pillager, and then picking up a win against Pine River Bacchus. And my apologies, I thought it was a typo on the roster, but Jackson Riggs is wearing number 61 for the Cowboys today, so looks like they're planning on getting him some action on the O-line possibly. As he has been he's been playing tight end for them mostly, wearing number 11, so I thought it was a typo on the roster, but look at me. What do I know? And my apologies for leaving out the special teams guys. When I was running through these starting lineups, we were cutting it a little close with the national anthem. By the way, if you're watching on KBMW News Live, you can see all the cool smoke they got going on here for the tunnel they run through. But anyways, starting for the special team squad, we got Bailey Evans as the kicker, booting the extra points, maybe field goals, we'll see. Cooper Roberts put a nice season together so far as a punter. Been happy with what he's been doing so far. Jackson Graves Bolte will be the snapper, and then the holder is Dawson Weinbar on those extra points. Weinbar is also a kick returner, usually handles the punt returning duties, and then Paul Armitage and Gabe Armitage usually handle the kick return duties. We got to see Paul Armitage run a kickback for Breckenridge's lone touchdown at the state tournament last year against Minneota. I'm sure a lot of fans remember that. Big bright spot for that game, and Cowboys continuing their quest to try to get back to the state tournament. Not the start they were looking for, obviously. No one wants to start off 0-3, but they're finding their identity. And my apologies that this has ended up taking a little longer than expected. Most of these games, they're almost starting early, but not here in Parker's Prairie. They got a lot of fun stuff going on, so we're going to be starting a little late today. Cowboys getting ready. I believe the Cowboys are going to be returning. Don't quote me on that, though. I was too busy getting the roster and all of my stat sheets all lined up and looked up, and they were all done with the coin toss and all that fun stuff. So my apologies. I'll make sure to get all that to you. And I'm going off of them being the kick return team by Armitage being out there. But he might be on the kickoff team. I'm pretty sure he's not on the kickoff team, though. So that's what I've been kind of going off of. Paul Armitage, that is. Got to remember that Gabe's on the team as well. Breckenridge looking to make it 2 wins in a row. Saw a lot of great plays in that Pine River Bacchus win. We saw a breakout game from Paul Armitage. I actually went with him with player of the game. The offensive line, though, just looked fantastic last week. So that's definitely going to be something they're going to want to build on. And, yep, kick return team's coming out. Up front, they got Lawson Oliphant as well as Cooper Roberts, Gavin Hoffert, one of the front men. Number 4, Caleb Albertson. And then number 1 as well, Riley Kappas. With that awesome couple runs in the Pillager game. And then the 4 horsemen before the kick returners, Trey Vogelbacher, as well as Carter Benson, Tucker Shocker, and also back there is number 54, Tegan Abel. And as we mentioned earlier, the returners are the Armitage boys, Paul and Gabe. Breckenridge shifting. Just as the Panthers are shifting, they scooted everyone over to the right side. So Breckenridge did the same. Must have seen that on tape. And Panthers booting it away. They boot it deep. It's hauled in by Gabe Armitage. Armitage runs behind his wall and gets some nice room to run. And with a solid return out to close to the 40. Trying to set the tone for the Cowboys here to open this up. He is down right at the 40, it looks like. Excuse me. My apologies once again. Ended up losing my voice about an hour before the game, which is pretty pretty great timing, if I do say so myself. I don't know. This might be an improvement. My voice is usually pretty annoying, so this might be an improvement. We're operating out of the pistol. Bailey Evans got David Erlinson to his right. Paul Armitage behind him. He's going to hand it off to Armitage, looking to get to the right edge and trying to make a man miss. Gets tackled with the legs, but a solid gain, probably 5 yards.
Number 33, Paul Armitage with the carry.
And that was the switch to the pistol formation last week has, has just looked so much better. It's so much, the run game it looks so much smoother with these handoffs out of the pistol set, and that's been fun to see. Gain of 6 for Armitage, the junior running back. Evans, once again, Erlinson to his right. And Lawson Oliphant will be getting the tote. We were asking in the pregame show if Coach Yegi planned on getting him some more carries, and he was kind of being a little coy with me, but looks like that was the plan.
Number 28, Lawson Oliphant.
And it's enough to move the sticks. 4-yard carry. And for those who haven't seen the Cowboys, they like to run plays in with players so then the QB doesn't have to keep running over to the sideline. And usually they run in plays with tight ends, wide receivers, but this week it's going to be running backs. So Armitage and Oliphant. We'll see if David Erlinson gets mixed in that as well. Evans hands it off. So 3 straight runs to start this off, and Armitage trying to make a nice cut inside and gets wrapped up the leg. You always get nervous when you see someone get wrapped up like that. It's a knee injury waiting to happen. And making that tackle in the open field was Ben Wagner making the nice stop.
Number 11, Ben Wagner. 4-yard gain on the play brings up second down.
0-0 score here. 10-17 remaining in this opening quarter on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. 4-yard carry for Armitage. So far he's got 10 yards off a pair of carries. Armitage and Erlinson in the game. And high snap goes through Evans' hands. He's going to roll out to the right, try to make a play happen. David Erlinson might have hauled that in. Unless they're saying that hit the ground.
Number 7, Bailey Evans.
Oh, they're going to say it was completed. Didn't get a whole lot, but it's better than an incomplete pass. Sets up a third and a short 4, we'll call it, so a 2-yard gain. David Erlinson getting in the receiving column. Actually, his first touch of the game. So far, all 3 of the runs have gone to other running backs. Pistol set, motion Erlinson in the backfield. Evans now will motion Armitage out and hands it off to Erlinson on a quick little fullback belly handoff. And it looks like he's going to get the first down. Call that a gain of 5. Looks like he got a yard past the sticks. So far, Breckenridge running the ball. They got 4 carries so far, and all of them have been at least 4 yards. So promising start for the run game. So far, they've run 5 plays, and they've gained 20 yards. Operating out of the shotgun. Or actually, the Wildcat. David Erlinson fakes the handoff to Armitage. And they're running some read option. That's fun to see.
21, David Erlinson with the carry.
See how many you got on that one. Probably a gain of 4.
10, Mason Basil, number 27, Evan Lenzen.
Yeah, they're going to call that a gain of 4.
Brings up 2nd and 6.
So already distributing the carries very well. 2 carries each for Armitage and Erlinson, 1 for Oliphant. Pistol set, 2 running backs, 1 receiver to each side. Evans hands it off to Armitage. None doing there, though. A lot of Panthers getting in on the tackle. Number 75, Zach Murdoch being one of them, as well as Ben Wagner again. Actually, my apologies. I believe that was actually number 2, Trevor Rounds. Zero score, opening drive of this game. 7:52 remaining in this opening quarter on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Cowboys got 2 running backs, 1 receiver to each side. Fake the handoff. Bailey Evans is going to keep it himself. Scored on a play like that last week, but this time he gets tripped up. Kind of slipped on his own there, and there was a defender waiting for him in the open field to make the tackle. That was number 5, Nolan Steidel. Cowboys facing a 4th down, and ended up going to have to punt on this one. After 2 rushes that didn't get any yards. So Breckenridge is going to have to bring out the punt team. Punting from the Parker's Prairie 36, but looks like someone moved early. First penalty of the game. This penalty brought to you by State Farm agents Matt and Amanda Frederick. It looks like a legal motion. Ball start. It's all the same to me. Same result. That'll back up the Cowboys. 0-0 ball game. 7:05 remaining in this opening quarter on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Cowboys coming up to the line. Trying to boot this one away. Got Cooper Roberts handling the duties. And boots it away. Kind of a short kick. Hauled in cleanly. And Panthers trying to get to the right edge. Returning that one was number 25, Shane Hansen.
Number 25, Shane Hansen with the return.
So we'll see the Panther rushing attack that we've heard so much about. And another reminder, Eli Butts will not be playing defense, so a big loss for the Cowboys up front.
From their own 26-yard line.
A little banged up, so they're just going to use him on offense. I mean, he's got more experience on the O-line, so I wouldn't be surprised if he was, more needed on the O-line, especially that leadership in the trenches, But we'll see how the Breckenridge defense is going to hold up without him. Panthers coming up to the line. Drop back to pass to start this one off. Little kind of a screen play here. And a nice tackle there. Looks like that was Lawson Oliphant.
Number 12, Cohen Oscar's pass. Number 3, Dylan DeBilzen is complete.
And that was Dylan DeBilzen picking up about 3 or 4 yards. Nice job holding on to the jersey by Oliphant. 3-yard hookup with Cohen Noska and Dylan DeBilzen. My apologies. Operating out of kind of a half-wing tee. Motion to man in the backfield. There go with a handoff on the right side. Breckenridge plays that beautifully. David Erlinson getting on the stop, but the first man there, I believe, was Tucker Schockert. Grabbing the ankles there to make the play. It was kind of a student body left, student body right kind of play, and Breckenridge has seen that plenty over the years. So they knew what they were doing. Looks like he maybe just got back to the line. That was Mason Basil getting that handoff. So we got a 3rd and 7. Cowboy defense. Get him into a 3rd and long, and as we talked about last week, that's these plays where they're expected to, kind of tee off where they have the big advantage. That's kind of the ones where they give up the big plays, and we'll see if that'll be the case here. Dropping back to pass, looking down, and it is hauled in, and that'll move the sticks. Not sure how many yards they got on that one.
Number 12, Cohen Noska's pass. Number 10, Mason Basil is complete.
Mason Basil hauled in that one.
On the play, 1st down, Panthers.
All right, we'll see how many yards they give him.
Panthers will have 1st and 10.
Looks like that was a 9-yard gain.
38-yard line.
So first 2 passes have been completed by the Panthers. It looks like there was some miscommunication there in the secondary to let that running back slip out of the backfield and haul it in. Or he might have actually been in the slot. Panthers run another pass play. Looking over to DeBilzen and taking advantage of the corners kind of sagging off, and they get 7 yards out of it. DeBilzen, 2 early catches. We heard so much about the rushing attack. We weren't really expecting them to be zipping all these passes right away. We've seen 3 pass plays and 1 run play so far. 8-yard gain. 3 for 3 Cohen Noska so far to open up this game. And after all that talk about Eli Butts not playing on the defense, he's in now. He might have actually been in a couple plays ago. And we got another pass play. That one broken up. Dawson Weinbar on the coverage. Ben Wagner, the intended receiver. I heard someone walk up to me before the game, somehow before I lost my voice, and say, sorry if I'm a little loud. And I said, I'm usually the loudest one in the press box. And he said, well, I'm on the microphone. I go, okay. You're on the speakers, I guess you got me beat. That and because I lost my voice, of course. So my apologies once again, listeners. 4:22 remaining in this opening quarter. Parker's Prairie on their first drive of offense. Breckenridge forced to punt after they started off the game on offense. 2 running backs in the backfield, actually 3. They got 1 kind of in the wing spot. They're going to go with a fullback dive, and looks like he's going to get the first down. Call that a gain of 4. Needed 2. That was Joe Johnson on the rush.
That'll be a 1st down for the Panthers.
First carry of the game for him. They only have 2 rushing attempts so far. It's been mostly the passing game. And you guys have heard me complain about quirky numbers and numbers looking weird in certain spots. And your free safety wearing number 61. That's my current gripe. Jackson Riggs at free safety. And they're going to fake the handoff. Quarterback pitches it. Trying to get out to the edge. Dawson Weinbar, the only man out there to make the tackle, and he does. He was giving up a lot of size on that one, but did a good job of bringing the runner down. That was David Revering, first tote we've seen from him.
4-yard gain on the play.
Give him 4 yards, so credit Weinbar making the nice stop in the open field. Revering is listed at 5'10", 180 pounds to Dawson Weinbar's 5'9", 165. That might be a generous 165. They're going to operate out of the Wildcat. Revering fakes the handoff and then gets that play sniffed out. So a nice tackle there by the Breckenridge defense. I think I saw David Erlinson was in on that one. And it looks like they just got back to the line on that one.
Revering with the carry. No gain on the play. That'll bring up 3rd down.
So the Wildcat set, we've seen both teams run 1 play out of it. 2 minutes remaining in this, or 3 minutes remaining in this opening quarter under Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. I'm having a lot of deja vu. I remember this scoreboard was giving me fits last year too, because a few of the bulbs are burned out, so the numbers are kind of funky. Coming on to Queen set, they're going to throw another quick hitter out to the left side. Made a man miss, and a big gain for the Panthers. Hauling in that pass was number 5, Nolan Steidel.
Brought down on the play by number 28, Lawson Oliphant.
Steidel, we'll see how many yards he had. 15-yard gain. So the passing game has been clicking on all cylinders so far. Parker's Prairie 4 for 4. Their quarterback, Cohen Noska. After hearing so much about this rushing attack, kind of surprising us on this first drive. They're going to go with a fullback dive and played perfectly by Tucker Shocker. And that is a play that Breckenridge had were, just having such a hard time with, when they run triple option like that in the Pillager game. And that was as good as I've seen them play it. Tucker Shocker, well done, making the stop on that one. First rush we've seen from Cohen Noska. 2nd and 10. Parker's Prairie on the Breckenridge 31. We got another pass play. Noska, the quick hitter out to the right side. And it's going to be a short gain by their running back, David Revering.
Number 12, Cohen Noska's pass. Number 33, David Revering is complete.
I'll see how many yards he ended up getting on that one. I want to call that a gain of 4. Oh, a gain of about 2. So good job by the Breckenridge defense. Kind of adjusting because it's these quick hitter routes that are kind of giving them trouble here in the pass game. And 4 different receivers have caught passes on this drive so far. 3rd and 8, Parker's Prairie on the Breckenridge 29. Cowboy defense looking to come up with their first big stop of the day. 0-0 game on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard if you're watching on our YouTube channel. KBMW News Live, if you didn't know. Action Realty scoreboard here. And Breckenridge got drawn off sides, it looks like. We'll see. It might have been on the offense. Yeah, it was on the offense. False start.
False start on the offense is the call.
Not sure who jumped on that one, but now it's going to be 3rd and 13. Just under a minute remaining here in the opening quarter on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Cowboy defense. Bend but don't break. I got to say it every week because that is their MO. And they forced a decent amount of turnovers too. 7 turnovers forced in the last 2 weeks. They're going to try to add to that total now. And another pass out to the sideline. First incomplete pass actually went through the hands of the receiver. It was in a pretty good spot, but that would have been a tough catch. Nolan Steidel ended up not hauling that one in. So 4th and 13. 32 seconds remaining here in the opening quarter on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. On a beautiful night for football here in Parker's Prairie. And the nice thing is, you can just look at
and everything in between. Heitkamp Construction has served commercial and industrial clients in the Southern Valley and beyond since 1982. They are your fully licensed construction company, providing earthwork, paving, structural steel, and more. Need a new concrete parking lot or roofing? How about a new metal building for your farm or business? Call Heitkamp Construction in Wapton today at 642-5948 for superior construction service you can trust. Call 642-5948.
Well, I believe we got the audio issues worked out. Cowboys looking to keep Parker's Prairie out of the end zone here, and they last play of the first quarter saw Parker's Prairie pick up a penalty, get backed up to the 15, and Reverend getting some of those yards back. And thank you to everyone who let me know that the audio went out. So we made sure to fix that. So shout out Max Johnson, Zeblanu, and Easton Urbis. Love all you guys. 0-0 score, 11:52 remaining in this opening quarter on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. You guys are lucky I look at my phone. Never would have even known. Sounds good on my end. Parker's Prairie, second and goal from the 12. And doing some kind of a couple fake handoffs and then a good handoff. And that one goes out the left side. We got another flag brought to you by State Farm agents Matt and Amanda Frederick. And on the carry, that was Mason Basil, but that is coming back as Parker's Prairie has just been snake bit with penalties so far. The Panthers looking to stay undefeated here. Last undefeated team in Section 6A. So that'll back them up, set up. I don't see where they spotted him yet. Kind of tough to see it. There we go. I love the press box they got here in Parker's Prairie, though. They do a good job making me feel welcome. So now it'll be second and goal from the 21. 0-0 score still here in Parker's Prairie. Operating under center. Motion to man in the backfield. They're going to fake the handoff to the fullback. Eli Butts applying some pressure to the QB. Forces the tough throw and picked off in the end zone. What a play by Dawson Weinbar. What have I told you about this Breckenridge defense? They might give up a lot of yardage every now and then, but boy, will they come up with a turnover when they get an opportunity. Also credit to Eli Butts applying the pressure there. Dawson Weinbar hauling in the pick. Love to see it. And that's a kid who's deserving. He had a couple penalties that got a couple nice catches waved off for him last game. So if anyone was deserving a big play, it's Dawson Weinbar. Score remains 0-0 after that throw to the end zone. It was picked off. See what Breckenridge has for their first play of offense. They hand it off to Paul Armitage. And Parker's Prairie ready for that one. Sniffed out that run. We'll see if he got back to the line on that.
Number 33, ball.
So it looks like he just got back to the line on that one.
With the carry, hit first by number 2, Trevor Rounds. No gain on the play. They'll bring up second down.
Sets up a 2nd and 10. 11:07 remaining here in the second quarter on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Cowboys come up to the line out of the pistol set once again. Evans fakes the handoff to Erlinson, keeps it himself, sheds one tackler, and it's going to take a pack of Panthers to take him down. Evans will get about 5 yards on that one. So a solid gain for the senior quarterback.
Number 7, Bailey Evans with the carry. Hit first by number 11, Ben Wagner.
So that'll set up a 3rd and 5.
5 yards on the gain, brings up
Cowboys got the pick in the end zone, so they got a touchback. Forgot to mention that earlier. My apologies. So they're on their own 25. They'll hand it off to Paul Armitage, and the Panthers will blow that one up.
Number 33,
Armitage.
Paul Armitage.
Maybe got a yard if they're being generous. They give him a yard, but that will not be enough. Sets up a 4th and 4. They're going to have to bring out the punt team for the second time.
No gain on the play, brings up 4th down for the Cowboys.
Armitage so far 4 carries for 11 yards. Breckenridge. Cooper Roberts punting once again. The Bullets are Tucker Schockert and Lawson Oliphant. The backup quarterbacks back there to be the protectors, Riley Kappas and Trey Vogelbacher. It's nice when you got 2 backup quarterbacks in the backfield with the punter. And it looks like that's just going to get down by Tucker Schockert. Score remains 0-0. 9:29 remaining this opening half on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard.
Panthers will start 1st and 10.
And I see Steven Erlandson also helping me out with the audio issue. Hopefully that is fixed for you as well, Steven. Glad you're listening. Got a 0-0 score here so far. Parker's Prairie starting this drive on their own 39. And we'll see if we see more of that passing attack. And instead we'll start off with a run, and Breckenridge is ready for that one. Eli Butts, Tucker Schockert. Said their names a few times.
Number 10, Mason Basil.
Basil got the tote on that one.
Run down by number 56, Eli Butts.
Only his 2nd carry so far. We've heard
2-yard loss on the play.
a lot of great things about these running backs, but Breckenridge doing a good job on them so far, keeping them contained. Cowboys trying to force another turnover. The score remains 0-0 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard, and coming out with a very tight end heavy set. And they're going to run student bodied right. And a nice cut upfield for a 1st down and some more. Paul Armitage laid a nice little look at that one, but the damage was already done by Revering. So Revering has kind of been the star coming out of the backfield so far in this ball game. And that's the longest rush he's had so far.
46-yard line.
Gain of 15 on the play. So Revering had that huge, that long catch. Also got the longest run so far for their squad as well. Parker's Prairie coming on their wing tee set. They also got a wide receiver very close in. They motion Basil across. Joe Johnson gets the handoff. And boy, does he move a pile. Brought some Cowboys along for the ride. Brought one of his Panther teammates as well.
Number 32, Joe Johnson with the carry.
Call that a gain of 6 or 7. 7-yard carry for Johnson.
7-yard gain on the play brings up 2nd down.
Cowboys have so far, their defense has come up with that stop with the interception by Dawson Weinbar, but we're forced to punt. Breckenridge's offense has punted both times they've gotten it. And this time they're going to go with a counter on the right side. Breckenridge did a good job of bottling it up, but Revering showing the patience, and he's going to take it in for 6. What's he got? Yes, he is in for 6 from 39 yards out. And you can tell Breckenridge played that very well, but Revering just waited just long enough for the hole to open up, and he shot through it like a bullet. 39-yard touchdown. First score of the game for either team. And it comes with 7:37 remaining in this first half on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. So they're going to come out and go for 2. They're going to operate out of the Wildcat. Basil. Oh, they're going to do like a little fake handoff and then just the most effortless pass you've ever seen in your life. And I'm not saying that like a bad thing. That's supposed to be like that, but the pass is incomplete. So the score remains 6-0. Breckenridge's defense at least stops the 2-point conversion. We'll take a quick break. Actually, we'll pause pause for a 10-second station ID. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM and watching on KBMW News Live, our YouTube channel.
B92.7 is KBMW FM Breckenridge Wapaton, powered by Vision Ford. DriveWithVision.com.
A 39-yard touchdown by the standout running back David Revering, one of the top running backs in the district. Touchdown came with 7:37 remaining.
Back to receive the Cowboys, number 20, Gabriel Armitage.
And the Armitage boys back to return, Paul and Gabe. And my apologies for the the silence there. I got to write down the scoring play so I can let you know about them later on. 39-yard touchdown run with 7:37 remaining. Two-point conversion, no good. 6-0, Parker's Prairie strikes first. See if Breckenridge has an answer. They punted their first two offensive drives. Looking to change that. Paul Armitage just going to have to dive on that one after he kind of muffed it. Just making the smart play. But that's not going to do the Cowboys any favors with the field position. But it's better than a turnover. So I'm going to give the kid credit for hopping on that one. 6-0. Parker's Prairie in the lead here on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. 7:34 remaining here in the opening half. See, the Cowboy offense has dialed up so far. We've only seen them throw one pass so far. And it was kind of on a broken play. I don't even know if it was supposed to be a pass play. Bailey Evans had to zip it away after a fumbled snap. Start off with a handoff to Armitage. Armitage got someone contesting him at the edge, but is able to cut it up and make a nice gain out of it.
Number 33, Paul Armitage with the carry.
And we'll see how many yards he gets on that one.
Number 15, Chavis Went.
Call it a gain of 5.
Brings up second down.
They love that action. That handoff out of the pistol set. I like how it looks. They got a lot of yards off that last week. Armitage coming off a 165-yard game on the ground. Motioning Erlinson in the backfield. Pick the handoff to Armitage. Bailey Evans rolls out to the right. Gets a big block from Martinez. He's going to have to cut it off. They might get flagged for that blindside block, though, and it looks like it did.
Flag on the play.
You can hear my frustration because I wish that blindside blocks weren't illegal, but it's 2023. It's illegal. So Brian Martinez, or actually, that was Brian Martinez. I had to double check. Picks up the penalty on this one. Penalty brought to you by State Farm agents Matt and Amanda Frederick, so that'll back the Cowboys up even more. And they were already operating out of their own 24. And
personal foul on the offense is the call.
Blindside block. They'll scooch him back quite a ways. Oh boy. So Breckenridge will be operating inside their own 10 now. 15-yard penalty, so they're back to their own 9. And now are facing instead of a 2nd and 5, they're facing a 2nd and 20. And kudos to the scoreboard operators up here. They're being quick. Not as quick as they are in Breck, but pretty quick here. Operating out of the pistol. They're going to hand off to David Erlinson. He's going to be forced back inside, but he does not care. He's going to bounce off a couple defenders, and now the whole pile's going with him. And Erlinson somehow runs out of that. What a run. That was a baby Marshawn Lynch run. What was that? David Erlinson was just rumbling and rumbling.
First down for the Cowboys.
Out to the 30, a 21-yard gain, matches his number. Or my apologies. That was, got to double check that. It was actually a 22-yard gain, I believe. No, 21. What a run. So Breckenridge operating out of the pistol once again. Evans hands it off to Armitage. Armitage showing some great patience. get a few yards, get stacked up by a couple Panthers, but I love that patience there. Just waiting and waiting for something to open up, and then finally getting a little alley, and it wasn't much.
6-yard gain on the
But he still got 6 yards out of that. 6-0, Parker's Prairie in the lead with 6:19 remaining in this opening half on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Cowboys got one receiver out to each side, tight end to the left. Pair of running backs along with Bailey Evans. David Erlinson will get the handoff here, and that time Parker's Prairie saying, you're not going anywhere, pal. It's like he got down right at the line. Also seeing some nice sportsmanship there from Revering. David Revering helping him up.
No gain on the play, brings up 3rd down.
Erlinson's 4th carry of the game. He's got 30 yards so far, so averaging a little over 7 yards a pop. 2 receivers out to the right. 1 running back in the backfield, a pair of tight ends. Evans fakes the handoff, scrambling to his right. He's going to have to zip it across his body and make something happen. Goes through the hands of Kunkel, it looks like, on that one. But there is some good coverage there. But that will, unfortunately for the Cowboys, bring out the punt team. 4th and 5.
Bailey Evans pass to number 17, Jacob Kunkel falls incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down.
Sets up a 4th and 5 from the 35. Cowboys booting it away for the 3rd time today. All their possessions have ended so far. So tough break for the Cowboy offense. Cooper Roberts handling the punting duties once again. Snaps clean, punts clean. We'll see if the return is clean. And it is fair caught. And he's going to go back and watch that one on the tape and kick himself for doing the fair catch because he got some great protection there from his the guys who are on the bullets. 6-0, Parker's Prairie in the lead with 5:19 remaining in this opening half on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard, and they will start off this drive on their own 45 or 35. 33. There we go. Breckenridge. Look to come up with another big stop. Defense has come to play. They fake the first handoff, and now the second handoff actually goes right by the defender and then sheds one tackler. Jackson Riggs is the only guy who's going to be able to run him down, and he's not going to. So Basil gets into the end zone from 67 yards out. And that is going to drive the coaching staff crazy when they see how close the defender was there. Tough break. 5:04 remaining in the second quarter. And we've seen both of the Parker's Prairie running backs bust off big runs now. That was Basil's first TD of the game. 67 yards, not too shabby. First play of the drive. That makes it a 12-0 score. Parker's Prairie going to try to make it, and nice 14. They're going to pass again and throw it out to the flats where it will be completed and in for 2.
Number 12, Konaska's pass to number 33.
Naska tossing to Revering for the 2-point conversion. We got a 14-0 Parker's Prairie lead. We'll take a quick break, come back. Breckenridge getting the ball back, 14-0. Your score with 5:04 remaining here in the opening half. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM.
Dr. Andrea Hornstein at Hornstein Family Chiropractic is certified in pregnancy and pediatrics. Dr. Andrea treats newborns, infants, toddlers, school-age teens, and athletes, all the way to moms and dads, grandmas and grandpas too. No need to suffer with a headache. This is one of Dr. Andrea's favorite things to treat. Did you know sprained ankles can be treated by a chiropractor? Getting your athlete back into the game faster, ready to feel and function well. Utilize chiropractic care for a healthier wellness style. Call Hornstein Family Chiropractic at 701-672-1300. That's Hornstein Family Chiropractic.
And welcome back to Parker's Prairie as the Panthers have made it a 14-0 lead. 5:04 remaining here in the first half on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard.
Joe Johnson to kick off for the Panthers.
And handling the kicking duties is going to be Joe Johnson. Johnson gives the signal. Armitage boys back to return once again. And this time they're going to kick it to one of the upmen, Trey Vogelbacher. Hauling that one in, gets taken out at the legs, but makes a solid return out to the 35.
Number 3, Trey Vogelbacher.
So after the Vogelbacher return to the, actually 34 is where they downed him.
After the kick, the
Cowboys
first and 10.
got to find some answers offensively. They've shown some sparks, but just haven't been able to string the productive plays together, really. The opening drive, they looked like they were going to be moving the ball at will, but other than that Erlinson run, we haven't seen too much. They got really snake bit by a penalty on the last drive, too, so that didn't help them. Evans does a little pitch forward to David Erlinson, who actually fumbled it, scooped it up, broke one tackle, but then got wrapped up by a few guys. So you could tell the timing might have been a little off, or he might have put a little too much zip on that one for Erlinson when he came forward. And I know that's basically a run play, but I found out that like the Breckenridge, whoever's running the stats, I'm not trying to throw you under the bus or anything, but they've been ruling those as run plays. And if it's a forward pass, it's pass play, everybody. So take notes if you're ever going to take stats at one day in your life. Probably going to run into who does stats, and they're probably going to beat me up now. David Erlinson, this is definitely a run play. And he is stacked up by Parker's Prairie right away. So that'll set up a 3rd and 8. These are the downs that Breckenridge did not want to find themselves in.
Short gain on the play.
We'll see what they have in store. Well, I guess they ended up getting about 2 yards. I thought he just got back to the line. So Erlinson up to 4 carries for 32 yards. Oh, actually, yeah, the other carry that just got back to the line. So his last 2 carries have been 2 yards. Oh, and now Bailey Evans fumbles the snap, drops back to pass, throws it over close to the sideline and out of bounds. One of the Breckenridge sideline guys might have had a better chance at hauling that one in, but incomplete pass.
That's going to bring up 4th down for the Cowboys.
Cowboys so far in the passing game, 2 for 4 for 4 yards. So they're going to, and one of those was on that, that design quick little push pass to Erlinson. Cooper Roberts on the field to handle the punting duties for the 4th time today, and that snap was a little low. He's going to have to try to keep it himself and make a play, and he's going to get wrapped down at the 30-yard line. And, we'd seen a couple of snaps that were a little worrying, and that one is definitely the biggest gut punch so far.
56, Reed Hartman.
And Breckenridge, or Parker's Prairie will start over on the Cowboy 30.
The Cowboys 30-yard line. The Panthers are up proud.
14-0 Parker's Prairie lead. 2:25 remaining on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Once again, sometimes I'm not 100% right on the scoreboard because they got some bulbs burnt out on it again this year. Dropping back to pass, trying to capitalize on the big play with a heave to the end zone, but it is incomplete.
Number 12 going Oscar's pass to number 3, Dylan DeBilzen, falls incomplete.
Dylan DeBilzen, the intended receiver once again.
2nd down.
He had a busy start to the game, hauling in a couple passes right away. Parker's Prairie's 2 scores, a 39-yard touchdown by Revering, and then a 67-yard touchdown by Basil. But you take away those 2 explosive plays, Breckenridge has done a pretty solid job keeping them contained. And once again, coming up with that big interception by Weinbar. That was probably the highlight of the game so far for the Cowboys. That and that Erlinson run, oh, that was wild. I'm going to make sure to go back and watch that on the YouTube stream. So they hand it off this time to Basil. Breckenridge is ready for that one. David Erlinson suplexing him into the backfield. Paul Armitage getting in on the fun.
Number 21, David Erlinson. No gain on the play. He'll bring up 3rd down.
Basil Just got back to the line with that one, it looks like. Oh, they gave me a yard. I will do the same. So Breckenridge, 2:42 remaining in this opening half on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. So apparently I was like a minute off earlier. Scoreboard's going to give me a headache. Two receivers on the left. They also got a wing back to the left. And a running back lined up behind the QB, but they got a timeout taken by Parker's Prairie. This timeout break brought to you by Highcamp Construction in Wapton. Panthers lead Cowboys 14-0. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM and watching on KBMW News Live or YouTube channel.
When you choose a realtor, you want a solid formula to make buying and selling your home as easy as possible. At Miller Realty, the formula is simple. Integrity, trust, and most important, experience. Guy, Shelley, Jared, Lisa, Jamie, and Melissa have put in the years helping people buy and sell their homes. Miller Realty is a trusted legacy business in the Twin Towns. Put their knowledge and experience to work for you. Miller Realty in Breckenridge, a lasting tradition of experience, knowledge, integrity, and trust. Find them online at GuyMillerRealty.com.
And welcome back to Parker's Prairie. Here's we're still in our high camp construction timeout break. Parker's Prairie wanted to call a timeout, didn't like what they saw when they sent their boys out there. And I love that they're, I was talking about I love the atmosphere and the energy here, but at the risk of sounding like an old man, the music can be turned down a little bit. Got a wing tee set, and they're going to do a counter to the left side, and not a whole lot of Cowboys over there. So Basil is going to make a nice run out of it, but Brian Martinez laying a nice lick out there.
Basil with the carry. Run down by number 52.
That was a lot of east-west running instead of north-south. They only ended up getting a yard or two. Basil. I mean, I tend to miss some of the Breckenridge's opponent's stats, but by my count, he's only got 5 carries so far. Sometimes I miss a couple, juggling a lot of stuff around here, but I guess 5 carries, does that sound right? Hopefully. One of them was a 67-yard touchdown, I'll tell you that. And now we got a pass play, a little quick hitter, set up a screen, and looks like going to be a turnover on downs. A nice play there. I believe that was Billy Evans making the stop. Oh, Dawson Weinbar, actually, if the announcer is to be believed. I believe him. Dawson Weinbar's made a couple nice tackles here today. So Cowboys will start on their own 27 after the big stop. And call it, that was probably about a 5-yard gain. So it's still a couple of yards shy of the sticks. The Cowboys only got a $135 left to try to go 77 yards. See what they have dialed up for that. They got 2 receivers out to the right. Also, they got their H-back over on the right side, too. They fake the handoff. Bailey Evans, he's got a one-on-one on the edge, makes one guy miss, and gets taken out of bounds. I think he was out of bounds. Yes. Cut off a little bit where I'm looking. I kind of go off the camera screen sometimes. 7-yard gain for Evans. Only his 3rd carry of the game so far. 8-yard gain, they're calling it. He did have another run that actually looked like it was going to get some solid yardage, but it got called back on that illegal block. Evans fakes the handoff. Tosses it out to Albertson, and Albertson gets drilled. One of those defenders laying the boom was number 25, Shane Hansen. Mostly seeing him on the punt return.
Number 25, Shane Hansen. No gain on the play, brings up 3rd down.
So Albertson just got back to the just got back to the line of scrimmage there. So far 5 passes attempted, 3 of them completed for 4 yards. So about a yard per completion. Don't love to see that. Evans hands it off to Armitage. Armitage gets taken down from behind, and boy, there's going to be a penalty on that one, which is, I mean, trying to block downfield. Maybe he went just a little long. I'm not sure if the Cowboys would have got the first down on that one, but we're going to get a penalty now. And getting that flag is going to be for the Cowboys, number 54, Tegan Abel. Breckenridge fans saying that was actually blocking to the whistle, but when it's so far away from the play, they're calling holding. Interesting. I thought they were calling like a personal foul, but I think maybe they were like, it wasn't malicious or anything, but it was. So we're just going to give you a holding call. Very strange. That penalty brought to you by State Farm agents Matt and Amanda Frederick. No matter how strange it was still brought to you by them. And they're going to go with a handoff to Armitage up the middle. Slices through the defense, and he's going to get the first down. So, they got bit by that penalty, but Armitage said, you know what? I got a 16-yard run in the chamber for you. Longest run of the day for him so far. I got him for 38 yards on 7 carries. It's a little over 5 yards a pop. We got a timeout taken by the Cowboys. Just under 30 seconds remaining here in the opening half on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Breckenridge trying to get some points right before halftime, and Parker's Prairie gets the ball to start the second half. Just a quick reminder there. We'll take a quick timeout brought to you by High Camp Construction. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM.
Minn Kota Egg Products proudly supports the communities we serve by sponsoring the broadcast of this high school sporting event. When a team takes the field, there is nothing like experience you can count on to produce a winning season. Minn Kota has that experienced team, supported by the latest technology, products, equipment, and information to deliver a winning game plan for your farm. Contact our locations in Breckenridge, Barney, Kent, Wyndmere, Wahpeton, and Colfax. Let our team lead you to a successful farming season.
And welcome back to Parker's Prairie. Breckenridge just got a first down on a 16-yard tote from Paul Armitage. Cowboys got a little under 30 seconds to go 60 yards. So we'll see what they got in store. Twin receivers right. One running back to the right of Evans. One behind him. He's going to fake it to Armitage. Rolls out to the right, looking down the field at the sideline. Dawson Weinbar trying to have those soft hands by the sideline, but thrown out of bounds.
7, Billy Evans pass, number 12, Dawson Weinbar.
Trying to throw it where only his man can get it.
Now bring up second down.
That's kind of one thing I've seen from Evans this year that I'm definitely not complaining about. As if you're going to miss, at least miss like outside, don't throw it like way inside where it's going to get picked off 9 times out of 10. It seems like whenever Evans is missing with those throws, kind of deeper ones, he's usually missing out of bounds. So I appreciate that as far as the ball control. And he's going to do a little forward pitch to David Erlinson. And Erlinson breaks one tackle, breaks another, trying to break a couple more, but he's got a lot of Panthers to try to get off of him. And he's going to get stopped after gaining a couple yards. And it's like kind of a quick counter, which is going to be the last play of the opening half. Breckenridge is just going to head into halftime, trailing 14-0, saying let's not have a turnover or something like that, and get us into a deeper hole. So we got a 14-0 game. Parker's Prairie, top team in Section 6A, trying to stay undefeated. Take a quick break and come back with your Minn Kota Ag Products halftime show. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM and watching on KBMW News Live or YouTube channel.
Otter Tail Power Company would like to remind you about the importance of high school athletics in the lives of children. These extracurricular activities play a role in the education and development of those kids involved and provide a way for them to learn some of life's most important lessons. Lessons that will take them through life with a sense of accomplishment and pride. Otter Tail Power Company would like to salute those athletes, coaches, and fans that make every season one to remember.
No one woke up this morning and thought,
I want to go haggle.
At Quality Toyota, we don't do that. Our bottom line pricing means you get our best price the first time, every time. You'll even have that price before you talk to anyone, because that price is listed online at qualitytoyota.net and in the window of every vehicle. Simple, easy, stress-free. That's the quality difference. Quality Toyota, West Lincoln Avenue in Fergus Falls, qualitytoyota.net. Let's go places.
How much do you really know about insurance? You have to have it, and your family should be covered at all times in case of an accident. What coverage is the best for you? That's where independent insurance agents Tyler Kent and Brad Rivard at Red River Agency Incorporated of Breckenridge can help. They provide all your insurance needs for home, auto, farm, life, commercial, MPCI, and crop hail. It's that easy. Give Tyler Kent or Brad Rivard a call at 643-1623. Red River Agency Incorporated, always by your side.
Gear up for fall with Smith Motors in Wapaton. Avoid unexpected engine problems by getting your vehicle checked over with their free multi-point inspection and free battery testing. Now is a great time to have your engine coolant and fluid levels checked before the cold sets in. Smith Motors is your trusted Chevrolet GMC dealership in Wapaton. Small town friendly, big town deals. Located at 101 11th Street North in Wapaton. Visit them online at smithmotors.com. That's smithmotors.com.
Hi, this is Amanda from State Farm Breckenridge.
And this is Matt from State Farm Wapaton.
We're your local hometown insurance team.
And just like with your local sports team, having the right coverage is important. We're here to make sure you have the right coverage in place to protect what is most important to you.
We offer complimentary quotes for home, auto, life, farm, and business insurance.
And just like with your local sports teams, we're here and local and ready to answer all of your questions.
No more dialing 800 numbers or waiting on hold to talk to someone.
State Farm of Wapaton and Breckenridge.
Your local insurance team.
The 2023 harvest season is here, and Titan Machinery Wapaton has you covered with the equipment and product support you need to help you be more productive during the entire harvest season. We are your local Case IH farm equipment experts, carrying a complete line of new and used equipment backed by our expert service and parts support team. Our goal is maximizing your productivity by providing you the best equipment solutions and after-sales support in the industry. Find out more by visiting our website at www.titanmachinery.com. That's Titan Machinery, your local Case IH dealer. Assisted living. My wife and I knew this day was coming, the day that mom and dad would not be able to live on their own anymore. Well, we looked around at other assisted living communities, and nothing, I mean nothing, compared to Twin Town Villa. Everything at Twin Town Villa was a perfect fit for mom and dad's needs. Housing, support services, personal assistance, and healthcare, all under one roof. When I saw the interaction between residents and staff, it made me feel like this is the place where our parents can thrive. Twin Town Villa, close to home in Breckenridge. Call 643-9542 or visit twintownvilla.com. It's time to huddle up when you're hungry. The perfect pre- or post-game destination is the Wilkin. Hey, friends, families, and sports fans have been showing up at the Wilkin for decades to celebrate their favorite teams. Celebrate with delicious food and their favorite beverage. Best place around to watch the Bison, too. So for all of you local sports fans and fans of good flavor, head to the Wilkin and celebrate the Cowboys, Cowgirls, Huskies, and Wildcats. The legendary Wilkin, a tradition of good taste and company since 1894.
And welcome to the Minn Kota Ag Products Halftime Show, your number one grain marketing and production agriculture supply company. Turner Blob is here, and sorry for a longer commercial break than I intended, but it takes me a little bit to add up these stats, but I went to Breckenridge, so you guys can't really get too mad at my math. And we'll start off with, the passing stats. So far, Breckenridge has Bailey Evans, 3 for 6 for 4 yards. And then Cohen Noska, 7 for 10, 68 yards, and an interception. So, if Evans has got anything going for him, at least he hasn't thrown an interception yet. Running the ball, and these rushers are going to, take it with a grain of salt with my stats. You guys know how it is. 7 carries for 38 yards for Paul Armitage. 5 carries for 32 yards for David Erlinson, 3 carries for 13 yards for Evans, 1 carry for 4 yards for Lawson Alphon. And running the ball for Parker's Prairie, I got 5 carries for 67 yards by Mason Basil. Yes, 67 yards, including that 67-yard touchdown. So 0 yards on the other 4 carries, by my count at least. David Revering, 4 carries for 58 yards, including a 39-yard touchdown. 2 carries for 11 yards for Joe Johnson, and Cohen Noska had a 6-yard rush as well. Hauling in passes so far for the Cowboys, Caleb Albertson caught 1 pass for 0 yards. David Erlinson, 2 catches for 4 yards. Actually, I believe he had a 3rd one as well. And I might have forgot to write down, so my apologies on that one. I'll make sure to amend that later. Got to give Evans a few more yards, too. So 4 for 7 for 6 yards, I believe. Once again, very unofficial stats. You guys always got to remember that with me. And hauling in passes for Parker's Prairie. 3 catches for 16 yards by Dylan DeBilzen. 2 catches for 28 yards from Revering. 1 catch for 15 yards by Nolan Steidel, their tight end. And then 1 catch for 9 yards from what's his name? Basil. My apologies. I had to track it down there. I was like, I have it written here his number, but I forgot to write the name there. But that is it. Look at the offensive stats and then the lone turnover in this game. Dawson Weinbar hauled in an interception in the end zone. Probably saved the Cowboys some points there. But a 14-0 deficit so far for the Cowboys, trailing Parker's Prairie here at the Minn Kota Ag Products halftime. And, Cowboys have shown some sparks, just haven't been able to put a really solid drive together yet, but the defense has come up with some big moments here. So they got to be happy about that one. They forced the turnover, and then, we're able to get them off the field a couple times. But then, defense is getting worn out because the offense, hasn't been able to put a long drive together yet. I know a lot of guys go both ways, so it's not like that makes the biggest difference in the world. But when you're constantly on defense, that wears you down. I get it. And Cowboys are going to have to look to, kind of get something going offensively. Once again, Parker's Prairie gets the ball to start off the second half, so that's going to, kind of start them behind the 8 ball even more. So we'll see what Breckenridge is going to be able to do. Maybe the defense is going to have to come up with a turnover right away, set up their offense with, a short field, and see if they can get some momentum going offensively by punching one in to start off the second half. But we shall see. We'll talk more about that as we continue the Minn Kota Ag Products halftime show. We'll take a quick break here. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM and watching on KBMW News Live YouTube channel.
Looking to buy or sell your home? Want a bigger home, or is it time to downsize? Now is the time to own your dream home. What's really important is finding a home that's right for you. No one has more experience and expertise than Action Realty in Wahpeton. They are your hometown real estate agency, serving the Wahpeton, Breckenridge, and surrounding areas with 5 available agents that are ready to work for you. Whether you're buying or selling, call Action Realty today at 642-4700 and make sure to listen to the Action Crew talk real estate on KBMW every Tuesday morning around 9 a.m.
My name is Christy Baumhart. I am proud to be a part of the school district with dedicated staff, including administration, teachers, paraprofessionals, cooks, and custodians who are kind, caring, compassionate, and committed to the students in our district. They support, respect, and help one another succeed. One thing I am really excited about is the technology available to our students as it enhances their learning experience in the classroom. Not only as an employee, but also as a parent, I know the benefits of having both my children in the Breckenridge School District. Breckenridge Pride. We inspire to excel.
Breckenridge Schools, Breckenridge Pride, inspiring to excel.
Ever notice how people in the Midwest always want the opposite of what the weather is doing? When it's warm outside, you want it cold inside. And when it is cold outside, you want it warm. Thanks to Acclimated Entry System from Bayer Build Woodworks and Builder's First Source, you can have exactly what you want. Hundreds of styles, all designed for the Midwest. Acclimated Entry Systems from Bayer Build Woodworks are the quality performance doors you need with the beauty and protection you want. Builder's First Source is your source for acclimated entry systems and all your building needs.
Folding a fitted sheet, programming the thermostat, matching your socks. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your home doesn't have to be one of them. So you can get back to more important things, like finding that missing sock. That's simple human sense.
That's Carlson Family Insurance in Wahpeton, representing Auto Owners Insurance. Visit Carlson Family Insurance Agency in Wahpeton today. Call 672-6002 or on the web at www.cfiagency.com.
Your daughter has the flu. Your son breaks his arm. You need quality medical care you can count on. CHI St. Francis Primary Care Walk-In Clinic. Quality family care. Go to the Primary Care Walk-In Clinic at CHI St. Francis, where there is no appointment necessary. Hours are Monday through Friday, 8 to 7:30 and 9 to 5 on the weekend. Quality care close to home. You get the finest care for home injuries, common illnesses, and emergency service. Virtual visit available. Call 643-0747. We treat you like family. You're one of our own.
And welcome back to the Minn Kota Ag Products Halftime Show, your number one grain marketing and production agriculture supply company. Turner Bluff is here. You know, a smart announcer would probably save his failing voice for the game time. But, you know, I'm going to hop on here and talk about a couple of the keys to the game that we were talking about. And, you know, coming up with the explosive plays for the offense, whew, that hasn't really happened so far yet. You know, that's going to be something they're going to be looking for because they got the guys to do it. You know, Armitage and Erlinson especially. Maybe getting some more guys involved in the pass game down the field. You know, Dawson Weinbar and Jacob Kunkel. Or maybe some of those tight ends. They love running those rollouts for the tight ends. Just got to get something explosive. You know, you got to throw a couple down the field. You know, take some risks. Got to do what you got to do. But, you know, getting those explosive plays, once again, was our offensive key to the game, brought to you by Smith Motors in the pregame show. Small town friendly, big town deals. And wanted to let you know the defensive key to the game. You know, I know that they've given up 2 touchdowns to these guys, but, you know, you take away those one big run by each of them, and they've done a pretty good job on these running backs. And like I said earlier, they are going to be kicking themselves so hard when they see that 67-yarder because there was a defender right there who just, you know, got caught up in all of the chaos and didn't realize that the ball carrier was right next to him. And yeah, he ran in for 6 from there, and that was tough to see. I know I can see everything up here, so, you know, it sounds like I got all the answers. But I've been in those situations. I know that it's easy to miss those plays, but it doesn't make it any easier when you watch it on film. So, but like I said, I think the 2 guys have 9 carries between the 2 of them, and I think only like 3 of the 9 have been like good carries or great carries, of course. Otherwise, they've been bottled up, 3 yards or less on all the carries, 6 out of the 9. So, you know, they've done a nice job for the most part, keeping those 2 running backs in check. It's just those they're bound to break one off eventually, and each of them did, and now they're going to try to see if they can hold them to 14 the rest of the way here. And the Breckenridge defense, you know, they've kind of been holding them in this game so far. You know, this could be a lot more lopsided. They came up with that pick in the end zone and have just, you know, did a good job staying disciplined for the most part. And the offense, like I said, it's got to get some explosive plays here, get some momentum going so they can cut into this lead. You can't put points on the board if you're not getting anything going offensively. So take a quick break here, and looks like they got a little football game going on here with the Parker's Prairie youth teams. And I forgot to mention it's also homecoming week as I'm sitting here raving about the atmosphere here. Well, it kind of makes sense now. They kind of went all out for their homecoming, which I totally get. So Breckenridge going to look to play spoiler to the homecoming when we come back. You're listening to Minn Kota Ag Products Halftime Show, your number one grain marketing and production agriculture supply company.
It only takes one step, twist, or crunch to know something doesn't feel right. Essentia Health's orthopedic and sports medicine team gets you back to doing what you love with commitment, resilience, intention. We're here to keep you moving forward. Visit essentiahealth.org to learn more about orthopedics and sports medicine, like nowhere else.
Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley.
Hi, this is Wade from Breckenridge Cenex. Now is a great time to start thinking about protecting your recreational vehicles and equipment. Stock up on Splash RV Antifreeze at any one of our 4 locations, and we would like to thank you for your continued patronage.
Farmers Union Oil. Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley.
Big jobs, small jobs, and everything in between. Heitkamp Construction has served commercial and industrial clients in the Southern Valley and beyond since 1982. They are your fully licensed construction company, providing earthwork, paving, structural steel, and more. Need a new concrete parking lot or roofing? How about a new metal building for your farm or business? Call Heitkamp Construction in Wapton today at 642-5948 for superior construction service you can trust. Call 642-5948.
Dr. Andrea Hornstein at Hornstein Family Chiropractic is certified in pregnancy and pediatrics. Dr. Andrea treats newborns, infants, toddlers, school-age teens, and athletes, all the way to moms and dads, grandmas, and grandpas, too. No need to suffer with a headache. This is one of Dr. Andrea's favorite things to treat. Did you know sprained ankles can be treated by a chiropractor? Getting your athlete back into the game faster, ready to feel and function well. Utilize chiropractic care for a healthier wellness style. Call Hornstein Family Chiropractic at 701-672-1300. That's Hornstein Family Chiropractic.
When you choose a realtor, you want a solid formula to make buying and selling your home as easy as possible. At Miller Realty, the formula is simple: integrity, trust, and most important, experience. Guy, Shelley, Jared, Lisa, Jamie, and Melissa have put in the years helping people buy and sell their homes. Miller Realty is a trusted legacy business in the Twin Towns. Put their knowledge and experience to work for you. Miller Realty in Breckenridge, a lasting tradition of experience, knowledge, integrity, and trust. Find them online at GuyMillerRealty.com.
Minn Kota Egg Products proudly supports the communities we serve by sponsoring the broadcast of this high school sporting event. When a team takes the field, there is nothing like experience you can count on to produce a winning season. Minn Kota has that experienced team, supported by the latest technology, products, equipment, and information to deliver a winning game plan for your farm. Contact our locations in Breckenridge, Barney, Kent, Wyndmere, Wahpeton, and Colfax. Let our team lead you to a successful farming season.
And welcome back to the Minn Kota Ag Products Halftime Show, your number one grain marketing and production agriculture supply company. Turner Blob is here, very thankful. I'm only doing one game this weekend with how this is sounding. So my apologies once again if it's a little tough to hear at times. Everybody, I'm going to try to find my voice. I lost it, and I got to find it. And a bit of a longer halftime than we're used to here in Parkers Prairie, but it's homecoming. They're pulling out all the stops, obviously. Cowboys still going through their warm-ups. Parkers Prairie, if you're just joining us, leads 14-0 in this ball game. Busted off 2 touchdown runs in the second quarter. First one was a 39-yard touchdown by star running back David Revering. And 2-point conversion was no good, making it a 6-0 game. And then they made it 14-0 with a 67-yard touchdown 2.5 minutes later. And that was by Mason Basil. And the 2-point conversion was Revering hauling that pass in from Cohen Noska to make it 14-0. That was with 5:04 remaining in the opening half, and nobody got any points the rest of the way. 14-0. Cowboys got their warm-ups all wrapped up here. Parkers Prairie, like I said, they look like they've been ready to go for like the last 5-10 minutes, but taking their sweet time. You know, it just makes sense that the halftime goes a little longer than expected after the the game started later than expected. Those will be the only complaints that I voice when I leave this place. Great atmosphere, pretty nice field, good football team, but well, you guys kind of putz around when you're getting the game rolling, both for before and after the halftime as well. We'll see. Now, the people have been very nice to me getting all set up here, and I mean, they were so nice to me, it's probably why I lost my voice. I was chatting with all of them before the game. So Breckenridge will be booting it away. First time we've seen the kickoff team today as they were shut out in the opening half. Try to shout out as many of these kickoff guys as I can. Got to show some love to the special teams guys. Trey Vogelbacher be handling the kicking duties.
Number 3, Trey Vogelbacher to kick off.
See if we can get some of the names on here. On the side near us, we got number 50, Carter Benson, as well as Gabe Armitage, as well as Caleb Albertson. Also got Tegan Abel on this side, and Gavin Hofford as well. And making a nice stop. See who is in on that one. I want to say that was Lawson Oliphant. One of the tacklers over there. Now the Cowboys need to get some points so I can shout out the other side of the kickoff team.
Panthers will have first and 10 from their own 30-yard line.
So good coverage by the kickoff team. Panthers will start on the 30. We'll see what the Parkers Prairie offense has dialed up to start this second half. Excuse me. 14-0 Parkers Prairie in the lead here at the start of the third quarter. If you're just joining us, we just wrapped up the Minn Kota Ag Products halftime show. Back into the game. We'll start off with a pass play. They fake it, and then they throw it down the field, looking for a man down the sideline, incomplete. 2 Cowboys there on the coverage, Aiden Sanchez as well as Dawson Weinbar. Dawson Weinbar having a nice game at corner.
That'll bring up second down.
Love to see him, kind of get some more targets offensively, but I know, it's tough to do. Easier said than done. Just found out the coach's brother, Preston Yagi, has been listening to the game, so I got to be a lot nicer when I talk about Carson's play calling, apparently, or he's going to beat me up, he said. So one receiver out to the left. Wing T set. Wouldn't be surprised if we see the run game now. And they're going to go with Johnson with the fullback belly. And Johnson, definitely too much. Cowboys are not going to be happy giving up that much yardage. It's going to actually be a couple yards shy of the first down.
Hit first by number 21, David Erlinson.
Johnson
The 7-yard gain on the play brings up
gets
third
7
down.
yards. And once again, unofficial stats, but I only had him for 2 carries in the opening half, and both of them were pretty solid carries, so maybe they should try to feature him a little more heavily. 7-yard gain for the fullback. Wing T set. They motion Revering into the backfield. They're going to go with Johnson up the middle again. Armitage there to make the stop, as is Jacob Kunkel. It's going to be close to a first down. They did a good job of hauling him backwards, so
Joe Johnson with the carry.
yeah, good yard or two shy.
First down by the Cowboys. That'll bring up fourth down.
4th down and 2, so 1 yard gain for Johnson. So we'll see if Parker's Prairie is willing to risk it here. Breckenridge sending the returner back, so they're thinking that this is going to be a punt. But it's, you know, you only got 2 yards to gain, and the offense has been moving the ball pretty well so far. But they're going to send on the punt team. So unless it's a fake, we'll see. And it looks like they're going to boot it away. And it's punted away. First time Breckenridge is forced to punt today. And they're all just going to get away. And Cowboy defense coming up with a stop right away. So that'll fire this squad up. See if the offense is going to be able to do anything with it. And we got a new player heading out there. Jaden Riggs getting his first action. Or actually, he's hauling out there to just grab something. I was like, oh boy, we got a new running back out there. But he's just hauling out there to get something. So we got a pair of receivers out to the right. Erlinson kind of the H-back spot. They're just going to do a straight naked bootleg by Bailey Evans. Makes one man miss, and then a crew of Panthers come tackling him down now.
Bailey Evans with the carry. Knocked down by number 75, Zach Murnack.
We'll see if he ended up losing a yard on that one.
Loss of the play brings up second down.
Parker's Prairie doing their homework. They know Bailey Evans definitely a rushing threat. Loss of 1 sets up a 2nd and 11. Cowboys on their own 27 or 26. Operating out of the gun again. A little bit of a high snap. They hand it off to Armitage up the middle. Ends up having to bounce it, but Parker's Prairie ready for that one. Ooh, he got smacked. That was number 75 laying the boom there, Zachary Murnack.
33, Paul Armitage with the carry.
Armitage just got back to the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. It'll bring up third down.
So a frustrating start for the Breckenridge run game. Trying to get something going offensively, and that's their bread and butter, but Parker's Prairie ready for it. Coming out, one running back to the left of Evans, one behind him. Fakes the handoff to Erlinson. Tosses it down the field. It's hauled in by Dawson Weinbar, but it's going to be shy of the yard to gain.
Bailey Evans pass to number 12, Dawson Weinbar is complete. Tackled on the play by number 15, James
Got to
West.
see where they end up spotting him. I want to say he's about
They'll be short of the first down. That'll bring up fourth down.
1 yard short, so a 10-yard gain. Biggest pass play of the game so far. We're going to see if Cowboys going to keep their offense out there. You know, down 2 scores, but with how everything's been going offensively, you got to play with a sense of urgency at this point. I know it's just the first drive of the second half, but with how hard points have been to come by. 4th and a long 1. Maybe you just try to draw them off sides. Got to be thinking David Erlinson's kind of the short yardage guy. Bailey Evans, also a good short yardage guy, and he's going to get the first down. Just a straight QB blast up the middle.
Number 7, Bailey Evans with the carry.
And we'll see how many yards he got on that one.
David Revering. That'll be a first down for the Cowboys.
Got at least 5 yards on that.
They'll have it first and 10 from their own 41-yard line.
Yep, a 6-yard gain for Evans. Breckenridge's offense kind of getting its groove. And Evans looking for some room to run. Gets tripped up. He loves that juke move, though. It's fun to see.
Bailey Evans with the carry. Right down by number 11.
And you've seen it so many times, so you think that it's
First down for the Cowboys.
you think it's going to be, easy to stop if you know it's coming, but man's good at what he does. And he just runs it for 10 yards there. Cowboys coming on the pistol. Oh, way high snap. Evans going to run it down, but he does not go down with it. Throws it away after getting out of the pocket.
Number 7,
And
pass is incomplete.
incomplete pass.
Second down.
But Breckenridge dodged a bullet on that one. Sets up a 2nd and 10. I think they're going to talk it over if it was grounding or maybe if someone was down the field. I believe he was out of the pocket. And they are going to say, it's intentional grounding. I mean, it looked like he was far enough out of the pocket. Oh, illegal man downfield. They're talking it over.
Illegal man downfield.
Yep, that's what it is. So illegal man downfield, and this penalty brought to you by State Farm Agents, man-to-man to Frederick, by the way. 14-0 Parker's Prairie lead here with 7:10 remaining on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. And they're still talking it over. I'm not sure what they have to talk over. Okay, they're just going to decline it. So it sets up a 2nd and 10. Didn't want to let him repeat the down. I always love that. You have captains to, talk it out, but then they always just end up looking over the coach anyways. I mean, I did that. They asked me. I was like, don't have me making the choices. Paul Armitage gets the handoff. There was a little stiff arm. Gets to the edge and goes out of bounds, but got a nice gain.
Number 33, Paul.
Enough to move the sticks. Breckenridge's best drive we've seen so far. Call that a gain of 10 to the 38. Armitage, 2nd longest carry of the game. He also had that 16-yard burst in the first half. Cowboys looking to get their first points of the game. Trailing 14-0, which was the halftime score. Armitage gets the handoff, and boy, this play was money last week, and it gets a nice little gain there. They run it like kind of a misdirect where it looks like it's going to be a handoff like going to the right side, and then everybody goes left. Kind of makes a nice cut over to the left side, and the O-line was just opening up holes you could have drove your car through last week. So they were capitalizing on that play again. That's been a great addition to the playbook. 5-yard gain for Armitage. He's got 3 carries for 15 yards so far here in the second half. Puts him up to 53 on the game so far. This time they're going to go with David Erlinson, his first rush attempt of the game, and he actually ends up slipping, but falls forward for maybe a yard or two.
Number 21, David Erlinson with the carry.
Looks like he got
it. 25, Shane Hansen.
Maybe a yard or two.
Short gain on the play brings up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 3. And they're definitely, as we already saw, they're in 4-down territory since they went for it like 20 yards ago. 14-0, Parker's Prairie in the lead. 5:55 remaining on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard here in the 3rd quarter. Breckenridge with Lawson Alpha on the game playing running back, but Bailey Evans is going to keep it himself and run it with the design quarterback run.
7, Bailey Evans with the carry. Run down number 66.
And enough for the first down.
That'll be a first down
once again. Knocking on the door of the Titan Machinery red zone.
26-yard line.
5-yard gain for Evans. And Bailey Evans, they were limiting his rush attempts last week because he had a rib injury a couple weeks ago. So they're trying to limit as many hits as he can take. But here in the second half, they're saying, all right, Bailey, we're rolling with you. They're going to go with him again up the middle. And Evans ends up breaking a tackle and is going to get into the tight machinery red zone. Actually, looks like he moved the sticks on that one, too.
Brought down by number 33, David Reverend.
Kid's a gamer. Love to see it.
First down for the Cowboys.
Into the tight machinery red zone. Your local Case IH dealer in Wapton. 11-yard gain for Evans. He already has more carries here in the second half than he did all last game or all first half alone. This time they're going to go with Armitage. Him and Evans actually clicked feet, but he's able to burst it outside and get to the edge, and he's going to be down at the 1. I think there might have been one Cowboy that kind of got away with a little bit of a hold there on the outside, but you won't catch me snitching on him. Armitage.
With the carry knocked out of bounds by number 33.
Let's see where they downed him. I think it's at the 1, so we got a first and goal from the 1-yard line. 14-yard rush.
First goal from the Panthers, 2-yard
Oh,
line.
the 2, so a 13-yard carry. And what has been the best drive of the game for Breckenridge so far. Now they got 4 plays to get 2 yards. We'll see if they can cap it off with a TD. Don't be surprised if Evans is going up the middle once again, and they do a design QB run up the middle. 4-6. Bailey Evans
Touchdown for the Cowboys.
plunges in for the 2-yard score. Making up for lost time, not getting to run the ball a lot in the first half or in last week. Put the team on his back on that drive. He accounted for 30 of their yards on that drive. And now he's going to try to also tack on the extra point. Mr. Versatility here. And Evans boots it up and through. So Cowboys march down the field and get their first points of the game. Your score, Parker's Prairie 14, Breckenridge 7. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM and watching on KBMW News Live or YouTube channel.
Otter Tail Power Company would like to remind you about the importance of high school athletics in the lives of children. These extracurricular activities play a role in the education and development of those kids involved and provide a way for them to learn some of life's most important lessons. Lessons that will take them through life with a sense of accomplishment and pride. Otter Tail Power Company would like to salute those athletes, coaches, and fans that make every season one to remember.
And after that touchdown, we got a 14-7 game. Cowboys put together a fantastic drive.
Number 3.
And had to go for it on 4th down in their own territory.
Back receive the Panthers, number 33.
And a lot of people could look at that as kind of a gutsy call, but I think Cowboys got to roll with it. Cooper Roberts on the far side of the kickoff team, along with Tucker Shocker, Lawson Oliphant, Riley Kappas, and I got to get that other one. My apologies to the one man I missed on the kickoff team so far. I'm going to try to see who. Oh, Aiden Sanchez. All right, got them all. Got to shout out the whole kickoff team.
Right down by number 20.
Parker's Prairie makes a nice return on that one. We'll start off the drive on the 41.
From their own 41-yard line.
So 14-7, Parker's Prairie leads on their home field, trying to remain the last undefeated team in Section 6A. Cowboys trying to jump up from second to last in Section 6A. Motion a man in the backfield. They're going to go with a counter to the left side, and they had that bottled up nicely, but he ended up getting past the tackler and running for a solid gain. Brian Martinez, we say his name a lot in the backfield. He's the guy that almost made the tackle. Jackson Riggs coming to help out in that. Looks like a gain of 7 on the play. I believe that was Revering on the carry. Excuse me. Sets up a 2nd and 3. Close to the 50. And they're going to do triple option, and that'll be enough for the first down.
Number 12, going Noska with the carry.
Noska. Across the 50. Or got right. Ended up being shy of the first.
Bring up 3rd down.
Got right to the 50. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
From the 50-yard line.
After that Noska rush. (14-7) Parker's Prairie lead with 2:20 remaining in the 3rd quarter on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Bust off a couple big TDs in the opening half. And Breckenridge marched down the field and punched in a 2-yard score with Bailey Evans to cut the lead to a touchdown. And an extra point, of course. Wing T set. Cowboys showing blitz. Noska maybe doing a little check. And they're just going to do a QB sneak there for the first down. Oh, that's way too many yards to give up on a QB sneak. I'm sure the defensive coordinator, Jordan Christensen's thinking. I mean, obviously you don't want to give up 1 yard on a QB sneak, but it hurts even more when you give up 5. Noska with the 5-yard plunge. And now they're going to operate out of the pistol. Revering getting the snap on this one. Breckenridge doing a heck of a job keeping him bottled up.
Number 33, David Revering with the carry.
Revering actually lost a yard on that one.
Bring up 2nd down.
I know these coaches know a lot more than me, so they don't care what I have to say. But if I'm Parker's Prairie, I'm throwing the Wildcat out of the playbook for the rest of today, because that is the only thing that really hasn't been successful. I don't think they've had any solid plays out of the Wildcat set, but I know you got to show them different looks and stuff and kind of keep them on their toes, but I mean, you kind of figured out what's working so far. You might want to go back to that. Watch them score a touchdown on the Wildcat in the next play or two. That'd be my luck. Wing T set. They're going to do a handoff to the left side, and that's Basil. Jacob Kunkel, David Erlinson both making a nice stop there to force a long 3rd down. Looks like Basil got a yard out of that. 3rd and 10. If they can come up with a big stop here, I'm gonna say Breckenridge's defense has come out with 2 back-to-back lights-out defensive possessions here to open up this second half. And I know we're in week 5 of the season, so obviously you're going to make progress, but this defense has just looked a lot more disciplined from the first couple weeks. Love to see it. 2 receivers each side. Obvious passing situation. They throw it out to the right side. Kunkel on the coverage. We'll see how many yards they ended up getting out of that.
12, Kornoska's pass, and number 10, Mason Basil is complete.
Basil hauled that one in. But I'm not sure how many yards he got. Call that a gain of 3 or 4. I'll call it a gain of 4. Second catch of the game for Basil. 4th and 7, 34 seconds remaining here in the 3rd quarter on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Cowboys looking to spoil Parker's Prairie's homecoming. Almost got drawn off sides here on 4th down. And they're going to do a sweep to the left. And got a lot of blockers. Trey Vogelbacher laying a hit there. We're going to see. I think he got enough for the first down. Tough break for the Breckenridge defense, getting him into a run play on 4th and 7.
Result of the play.
That'll move the sticks.
First down.
Needed 7 yards.
From the Cowboys.
And that looks like exactly how many he got. So tough break for the Breckenridge defense. We got a quarter break. So get those 4s up, everybody. We got a 14-7 game. Breckenridge scores the lone points of the second half so far. Take a quick break, come back. with your fourth quarter. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM and watching on KBMW News Live or YouTube channel.
No one woke up this morning and thought,
I want to go haggle.
At Quality Toyota, we don't do that. Our bottom line pricing means you get our best price the first time, every time. You'll even have that price before you talk to anyone, because that price is listed online at qualitytoyota.net and in the window of every vehicle. Simple, easy, stress-free. That's the quality difference. Quality Toyota, West Lincoln Avenue in Fergus Falls, qualitytoyota.net. Let's go places.
How much do you really know about insurance? You have to have it, and your family should be covered at all times in case of an accident. What coverage is the best for you? That's where independent insurance agents Tyler Kent and Brad Rivard at Red River Agency Incorporated of Breckenridge can help. They provide all your insurance needs for home, auto, farm, life, commercial, MPCI, and crop hail. It's that easy. Give Tyler Kent or Brad Rivard a call at 643-1623. Red River Agency Incorporated, always by your side.
And welcome back. Start of the fourth quarter. Parker's Prairie just got a big first down on 4th and 7. And they're in Cowboy territory. They're on the Cowboy 34, 1st and 10. They're going to start off by run a pass play, and that's blown up. Bailey Evans screaming in the backfield. Got quarterback on quarterback violence back here. Big loss. That's probably the best play of the game for the defense. You know, right up there with that Dawson Weinbar interception. 9-yard loss on the play. Actually, a 10-yard loss for Noska. Killing his yards per carry here in the second half. We'll see what Parker's Prairie has. Probably going to be a passing down. Actually, they'll do a sweep, little jet sweep action with Basil, and Basil's got room to run. Cowboys end up running him down. Got enough for the first down, though, so another tough break there for Breckenridge.
That'll be a first down for the Panthers.
Got to see where they marked him down.
Panthers will have
Knocking on the door of
first
the Tight Machinery red zone.
and the Cowboys, 23-yard line.
Ooh.
Panthers.
That was a 20-yard run for Basil on that jet sweep. And he's had 2 huge carries on this drive. He had that 7 yards you need to get on that 4th and 7, and then just got his squad out of a tough 2nd and 20. They're going to run out of the wing tee once again. It looks like one man moved. The other wingback moved. We'll see if anyone caught that.
Number 32,
Nope.
Joe Johnson with the carry.
Now I'm going to throw in my application to be an official for next year. I'm just kidding. These guys have done a great job. This has been a well-officiated game. There's just a little, a little twitch there by the other wingback that just didn't get called. That's all right. 2-yard gain. Yeah, you gotta obviously cut these officials some slack. They don't see all the stuff I get to see up here. And if we keep being mean to the officials, there won't be any officials left. So keep that in mind, everybody. Got a wing back on each side. Receiver split out to the right. Got a tight end to the right as well. So don't be surprised if they bring everybody over to the right, which is misdirection handoff to the left side after faking the first handoff, and that'll be a touchdown for Mason Basil. You know, that was kind of a discombobulated play in the backfield, so Parker's Prairie is even, doubly lucky to be able to bust off that TD. Basil with the 21-yard score, his second touchdown of the game, coming with 9:39 remaining here in the fourth quarter. And Breckenridge's defense, this is it's tough because they had a fourth down. They could have come up with a stop on that drive. And also a second 20 that ended up just being a first down on the next play too. So Breckenridge had the opportunities there. Just couldn't capitalize. So Basil, the 21-yard TD. We'll see what they've passed on their last two-point conversion attempts. So we'll see if we see that again. Naska motions a man over. We got a whistle.
Flag on the play.
It looks like
Delay of game on the offense.
oh, delay of game. They got a play clock here in Parker's Prairie. I'm looking for it now. I don't see one. All right, so Breck's not the only school in Minnesota who doesn't have one of those. I'm just getting a lot of them out, but delay of game backs him up. That penalty brought to you by State Farm agents Matt and Amanda Frederick. As Parker's Prairie looks to add to this 20-7 lead. I'll make sure to update the scoreboard once this is all wrapped up. Naska will likely be throwing it again here. Rolling out to the right. It is a pass play, but maybe he's going to keep it himself, and he does. Bounces off a few Cowboys and goes in for two. Cohen Naska runs in the two-point conversion and makes it a 22-7 game. 21-yard touchdown by Mason Basil. Brings it back to a two-score game. Take a quick break. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM and watching on KBMW News Live or YouTube channel. Actually, we'll take a quick 10-second station break for ID.
B92.7 is KBMW FM Breckenridge Wahpeton. Powered by Vision Ford. DriveWithVision.com.
And welcome back to Parker's Prairie as the Cowboys just gave up a 21-yard touchdown run by Mason Basil. He's a fantastic rusher. Both of his touchdowns coming over 20 yards. He also had the 67-yarder, so he's definitely over 100 yards. He had over 50 yards on that drive alone. So I got him at 117 at least. I'm going to have to divvy that up again. Joe Johnson handling the kicking duties. Breckenridge still plenty of time, but, you know, points have been hard to come by so far tonight. Paul Armitage on the return. Armitage bursts into the left side. There's no contain on the left side. He's got one man to beat. Armitage trying to outrun the last defender, makes a miss, and ends up getting tackled from behind, loses the ball, and goes out of bounds, but inside the 10. Oh, if he would have run that back, I would have looked like Mr. Reverse Jinx on that one. Points have been hard to come by, and then Armitage taking it in for 6, but instead he gets tackled inside the 10. Looks like they mark him down right at the 10.
Cowboys will have a first
Actually,
from the Panthers' 7-yard line.
7-yard line. So, wow, what a return from Armitage. Cowboys first and goal from the 7. They're in the Titan Machinery red zone. We'll see if they can capitalize. Lawson Oliphant in at running back. Billy Evans, first play of the drive, and he goes in for 6. Billy Evans, the 8-yard touchdown. 7 or 8. I'll throw it as 8. Evans' second rushing score of the game. And, yeah, you know, whoever was supposed to have contain on the near side of the field, it's going to get an earful because Armitage got kind of caught up in all of the commotion and then came out on the left side of the field and only had the one guy to beat, made him miss, and then got hit from behind. So, see what the Cowboys have for this two-point conversion attempt. And they're going to go with Evans again. Evans goes in for the 2. Cowboys cut the lead to 7. Big kick return by Paul Armitage. Next play, Bailey Evans goes in for the touchdown. Bailey Evans also goes in for the 2. Back to a one-score game. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM and watching on KBMW News Live or YouTube channel.
Gear up for fall with Smith Motors in Wapaton. Avoid unexpected engine problems by getting your vehicle checked over with their free multi-point inspection and free battery testing. Now is a great time to have your engine coolant and fluid levels checked before the cold sets in. Smith Motors is your trusted Chevrolet GMC dealership in Wapaton. Small town friendly, big town deals. Located at 101 11th Street North in Wapaton. Visit them online at smithmotors.com. That's smithmotors.com.
How about that? Starting your offensive drive inside the red zone, inside the 10. Paul Armitage, a fantastic kick. Returning it inside the 10. You know, we were just talking about that earlier in the broadcast. He ran back a kick in a state tournament game, so you know he's dangerous as a returner. Set up Bailey Evans' rushing touchdown from 8 yards out on the first play of the drive. Evans goes in for the 2 as well. Coming with 8:19 remaining, or 9:19 remaining. Once again, if the scoreboard is to be believed. Trey Vogelbacher will be booting it away. Kicks this one very deep. I don't think Parker's Prairie was ready for it to be that deep. And Tucker Shocker with a fantastic tackle. That's a guy who's just built for special teams. I remember Alex Shocker kind of made his name on special teams when he was in his younger career.
After the kickoff, Panthers will have first and 10.
The Shocker backer. I'm glad there's still a Shocker backer on this team. So we got a 22-15 score. Parker's Prairie in the lead here on their homecoming, trying to remain the only unbeaten team in Section 6A. (22-15), and Parker's Prairie starting off on their own 27. 9:12 remaining in this ball game on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Parker's Prairie just trying to hang on to this lead. Likely going to try to run the ball as much as they can, run some clock here. They'll go up the middle with Joe Johnson, and Breckenridge is ready for that one. Tucker Shockard is back there, as is David Erlinson, it looks like.
32 with the carry. No gain on the play. It'll bring up second down.
Johnson just got back to the line. Jackson Bolte Graves getting a quick break in the defensive line. So 2nd and 10. Breckenridge's defense has played a heck of a second half here. Gave up the one touchdown, yes, but they had a lot of bright moments on that. And a little handoff to another handoff, and Basil was trying to bust off another TD, but he's going to have to settle for about a 20-yard gain, or 18 yards.
Brought down by number 8, Tucker Shocker.
Tucker Shocker had to run that back.
First down for the Panthers. Panthers on first and 10.
17-yard run by Basil. Basil has been a monster here in the second half. And that was the handoff to another handoff, kind of the misdirection. They hand it off and make it look like they're going one way, and then the running back hands to another running back. See a lot of teams run that action, and it's never easy to stop. It's kind of got to blow it up right away. It's like they're going to try to blow this sweep up. And a nice tackle out on the edge. Dawson Weinbar. I mentioned he's been making some great plays defensively today. Trey Vogelbacher getting in on the fun. I've been very impressed by Dawson Weinbar. He's a defensive back today. Probably the best defensive game I've seen him play. Not only because he got a pick today. I wasn't even remembering the pick when I was talking about that. He's just been making plays left and right. So Panthers coming up to the line. They got a pair of running backs in the backfield and a wing back on the right side as well. They're going to fake the first handoff and then go with Basil on the second handoff. He's got a ton of room to run. And Revering was actually laying a pretty nice block there, and Lawson Oliphant making a tough tackle. Revering will move the sticks, though, but I'm going to give Oliphant credit for making that tackle while he had a man draped on him.
Panthers will have first and 10.
Call that a gain of 14 for Rubbering.
Cowboys, 40-yard line.
But the Panthers into Cowboy territory. 40 yards away from pay dirt. 7 minutes remaining in this ball game on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Parker's Prairie up 22-15 on the Cowboys. Motion a man in the backfield. They're going to go with the fullback handoff. Armitage in the backfield trying to make a tackle. Or not in the backfield, but in there right at the line of scrimmage. But Johnson bounced off him and went forward for, call it a 3-yard gain. Call it whatever the scoreboard guy calls it. You call it a 3-yard gain too. Perfect.
3-yard gain on the play, brings up second down.
Sets up a 2nd and 7 from the 37-yard line in Cowboy territory. Parker's Prairie would not mind taking their sweet time, even though they did just get a delay of game penalty last drive, so they got to be conscious of that. 2nd and 7. 6:05 remaining on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Parker's Prairie motions a man in the backfield. They're going to hand it off to Johnson again. And he got to the second level pretty much uncontested, but then got stonewalled there. Another 3-yard gain for Johnson.
Number 32, Joe Johnson with the carry.
We got a 3rd and 4.
Hit first by number 58, Alan Martinez.
Alan Martinez helping out on that tackle.
3-yard gain on the play, brings up 3rd down.
So 3rd and 4. 5:20 remaining as the clock just keeps ticking. 22-15, Parker's Prairie in the lead. Trying to run this one out of their wing set. They're going to run a pass play, a quick hitter, and incomplete pass. So a good break for the Cowboys. Lost an all fun on the coverage over there.
Number 12, Kowanaska's pass. Number 11, Ben Wagner is incomplete.
Looking for Wagner out there. Kowanaska has only thrown 2 passes here in the second half, 1 for 2. They've been sticking with that signature run game more. And now we got a big 4th down, 4th and 4. 5:09 remaining on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Cowboys got to come up with this one. And one thing they definitely do not want to do is jump off sides. Oh. I see, and defensive coordinator Jordan Christensen's going to take a quick timeout. He's talking over with head coach Carson Yagi. Must have seen something he didn't like. They're going to iron out with this timeout, brought to you by Highcam Construction. Got a big 4th down coming up. 4th down and 4, 5:09 remaining. We'll take a very quick break on this Highcam Construction timeout break. You're listening to Cowboy Football. Breckenridge trailing 22-15 in Parker's Prairie.
Hi, this is Amanda from State Farm Breckenridge.
And this is Matt from State Farm Wapaton.
We're your local hometown insurance team.
And just like with your local sports team, having the right coverage is important. We're here to make sure you have the right coverage in place to protect what is most important to you.
We offer complimentary quotes for home, auto, life, farm, and business insurance.
And just like with your local sports teams, we're here and local and ready to answer all of your questions.
No more dialing 800 numbers or waiting on hold to talk to someone.
State Farm of Wapaton and Breckenridge.
Your local insurance team.
We got a 22-15 score. Breckenridge is trailing, and their defense got to come up with a stop here. 4th and 4. Parker's Prairie. There's a handoff on the right side. Breckenridge blows it up! We got both of the Martinez brothers back there causing some havoc, and the Cowboy defense comes up with the stop. 5:01 remaining. Breckenridge's offense is going to take over. Ooh, that could be a big play of the game contender right there. And they kind of did that sweep handoff action, and all of a sudden one of the O-linemen is in the backfield along with the handoff. Both of the Martinez brothers getting a big push. What a stop. Cowboys take over on their own 38. And Bailey Evans, the QB keeper after faking the handoff, it's going to run for a 7-yard gain. 7 yards for number 7.
Number 75, Zach Burnett. 8-yard gain on the play brings up second down.
7-yard gain. Or 8-yard gain. Nah, I'm going to go with 7. Sets up 2nd and 3, 4:35 remaining on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Evans. Actually keeps it himself. I fell for that fake handoff. See how many yards Evans got on that. Got past the 50, so at least 5. Maybe 7. 5-yard gain.
First down for the Cowboys.
But boy, this has been the half of Bailey Evans. He's got 8 carries so far here in the second half after only 3 in the opening half. Got a timeout taken.
Timeout on the field.
I think the Panthers took that timeout. So with 4:19 remaining in this fourth quarter, Breckenridge trying to march down the field, tie it up, maybe even take the lead. They trail 22-15. We'll take a quick break. This timeout break brought to you by Heidkamp Construction. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM and watching on KBMW News Library YouTube channel.
The 2023 harvest season is here, and Titan Machinery Wapaton has you covered with the equipment and product support you need to help you be more productive during the entire harvest season. We are your local Case IH farm equipment experts, carrying a complete line of new and used equipment backed by our expert service and parts support team. Our goal is maximizing your productivity by providing you the best equipment solutions and after-sales support in the industry. Find out more by visiting our website at www.titanmachinery.com. That's Titan Machinery, your local Case IH dealer.
Welcome back to Parker's Prairie. We got a 22-15 score. Cowboys going to run a QB sweep here. Evans cuts it up, and it's going to maybe get a few yards.
Number 7, Bailey Evans with the carry. Brought down by number 75, Zach.
Call that a gain of
3-yard gain on the
3.
play brings up second down.
And what has been the Bailey Evans show here in the second half? It's been about 80% of the offense have been runs with him so far. But they got to keep that in mind with the clock winding down. 2:44 remaining in this ball game on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. They're going to fake the handoff again. Evans, I don't know how he got through those first array of tacklers, but there's someone waiting for him right after he did.
Number 7, Bailey
Let's see what he ended up getting out of that one. Somehow was able to get a yard. 22-15, we got a 3rd and 7. 2:17 remaining on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Cowboys trailing 22-15. Looking to march down and either tie this up or take the lead. 2 running backs in the backfield with Evans. Fakes the handoff, rolls out to the left. Tosses it to Armitage, and it might have. Almost got picked off by Basil, but I think Armitage is the one who should get credit for breaking that one up. So he kind of popped the defender who was trying to pick that off, and 2:59 remaining. My apologies. I thought it was later in the game than it was, but remember the scoreboard has been ruining my life today. It's 4th and 7. Big 4th down. Cowboys came up with one big play on 4th down earlier in this fourth quarter. That was on the defensive side of the ball. Now the offense is going to have to take care of business here. 4th and 7. 2:59 remaining here in this fourth quarter on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Cowboys going to be running the little push pass to Erlinson, makes a man miss, and he gets wrapped up by multiple Panthers for the stop. So they've run that play a few times.
Stop short of the first down by the Panthers.
We'll see.
Panthers will take over on downs.
Maybe he got a yard on that one. Well, that is a tough break for the Cowboys. They love that counter play where Erlinson zips in front of Evans, and he pitches it up to him really quick and only got a yard out of that one. Parker's Prairie just needs to run off. 2:52 of this ball game. Cowboy defense, love to come up with a turnover here. And they fake the first handoff and then hand it off to Basil. Basil breaks multiple tackles. He was basically like running backwards and still carrying guys with him. Breckenridge going to take a timeout.
5-yard gain in the play.
Basil got 5 yards on that
Timeout
one.
on the field.
And I believe Breckenridge has one more timeout after that, but I'm not 100% sure. My apologies. Get so caught up keeping up with stats, I forget to write down the timeout. It says, we'll take a timeout break brought to you by Highcamp Construction here with 2:41 remaining. Breckenridge trailing by 7. Defense is going to have to come up with a big stop here. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM and watching on KBMW News Live or YouTube channel.
Assisted living. My wife and I knew this day was coming, the day that mom and dad would not be able to live on their own anymore. Well, we looked around at other assisted living communities, and nothing, I mean nothing, compared to Twin Town Villa. Everything at Twin Town Villa was a perfect fit for mom and dad's needs. Housing, support services, personal assistance, and health care all under one roof. When I saw the interaction between residents and staff, it made me feel like this is the place where our parents can thrive. Twin Town Villa, close to home in Breckenridge. Call 643-9542 or visit twintownvilla.com.
And welcome back to Parker's Prairie. So we got an outside handoff on the right side. Breckenridge trying to bottle it up. Revering is going to get close to a first down, though. Parker's Prairie thinks they got the first.
Number 33, David Revering with the carry. Timeout on the field.
And it looks like it is going to be a yard shy on the Revering carry. Wow, maybe inches shy, so it's going to, wouldn't be surprised if they got a QB sneak dialed up for this one. Revering, 5-yard rush. Just kind of catch everyone up if they're just jumping in as we take this Highcamp Construction timeout. Breckenridge trailed 14-0 at the half and got the first points of the second half with 4:45 remaining in the third quarter. They marched down the field with a very nice drive that they sustained. Bailey Evans polished it off with a 2-yard touchdown. He kicked the extra point, make it 14-7. And Basil went in for his second score of the game from 21 yards out to make it 22-7. Breckenridge answered right away. Paul Armitage returned the ensuing kick inside the 10. Next play, Bailey Evans goes in from 8 yards out. Evans also goes in for the 2-point conversion. Breckenridge's defense comes up with a big stop on 4th down to get the ball back, and then Cowboys turnover on downs on 4th downs. On 4th down. So now it sets up a 3rd and inches. Cowboys going to do their best to try to plug this one up, and it's just straight QB sneak. No messing around there. And Cowboys burned their last timeout earlier in that, so I'm not. 2:22 remaining on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard.
Panther, first down.
I could be wrong, but I think they got to get one more first at least.
Panthers will have it first and 10 from the Cowboys, 45-yard line.
And Neil on this one, and it'll be 140. Neil on that one. Kind of trying to do the math here. I think they got to get one first down, maybe. So the Cowboy defense got a little hope left. They could force a turnover, though. That would be a lot of hope left then. 147 remaining on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. And Parker's Prairie is going to take a timeout. Take a quick timeout break after Parker's Prairie moves the sticks. We got 144 remaining. Breckenridge trails Parker's Prairie 22-15, looking to pull off the upset and spoil their homecoming. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM.
It's time to huddle up when you're hungry. The perfect pre- or post-game destination is the Wilkin. Friends, families, and sports fans have been showing up at the Wilkin for decades to celebrate their favorite teams. Celebrate with delicious food and their favorite beverage. Best place around to watch the Bison, too. So for all of you local sports fans and fans of good flavor, head to the Wilkin and celebrate the Cowboys, Cowgirls, Huskies, and Wildcats. The legendary Wilkin, a tradition of good taste and company since 1894.
After that Highcamp Construction timeout, taken by Parker's Prairie, we got a 22-15 score. Parker's Prairie in the lead. With a 4-0 record at the top of Section 6A. Very tight splits here in their wing T set. And outside handoff on the right side. Jacob Kunkel doing a good job getting in on the action. Make a stop. And now we got a flag. Got to see who that's on. Face mask. Oh, on the Cowboys. Oh, that's a gut punch.
Face mask on the defense is the call.
And it looks like that automatic first down, I believe they're going to be able to kneel on it now. Cowboys. Parker's Prairie advances to the Breckenridge 30.
From the Cowboys, 30-yard line.
And I'm not 100% sure. Trying to do the math in my head right now. I think they can just start kneeling on it right now. And that's what they're doing. Coming on the victory formation. And tough way to lose or to, kind of seal the game with a face mask to move the sticks. And we've seen some great sportsmanship between Parker's Prairie and Breckenridge now. Cohen Noska with the first kneel.
Second down.
And Breckenridge will fall to 1-4 on the year. Parker's Prairie will remain undefeated in the top of Section 6A. And a top 5 team in the state for single A right now. So definitely a tough team for the Cowboys to take on. And they held their own for sure. Actually outscored the Panthers in the second half, but not enough to come away with the victory tonight. So back to the drawing board. We'll take a quick break. Come back with your post-game show brought to you by Miller Realty. You've been listening to Cowboy Football. Final score, Parker's Prairie 22, Breckenridge 15. Once again, you've been listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM and watching on KBMW News Live or YouTube channel.
Looking to buy or sell your home? Want a bigger home, or is it time to downsize? Now is the time to own your dream home. What's really important is finding a home that's right for you. No one has more experience and expertise than Action Realty in Wapaton. They are your hometown real estate agency serving the Wapaton, Breckenridge, and surrounding areas with 5 available agents that are ready to work for you. Whether you're buying or selling, call Action Realty today at 642-4700 and make sure to listen to the Action Crew talk real estate on KBMW every Tuesday morning around 9 a.m.
My name is Christy Baumhart. I am proud to be a part of the school district with dedicated staff, including administration, teachers, paraprofessionals, cooks, and custodians who are kind, caring, compassionate, and committed to the students in our district. They support, respect, and help one another succeed. One thing I am really excited about is the technology available to our students as it enhances their learning experience in the classroom. Not only as an employee, but also as a parent, I know the benefits of having both my children in the Breckenridge School District. Breckenridge Pride. We inspire to excel.
Breckenridge Schools, Breckenridge Pride, inspiring to excel.
Ever notice how people in the Midwest always want the opposite of what the weather is doing? When it's warm outside, you want it cold inside. And when it is cold outside, you want it warm. Thanks to Acclimated Entry System from Bayer Build Woodworks and Builder's First Source, you can have exactly what you want. Hundreds of styles, all designed for the Midwest. Acclimated Entry Systems from Bayer Build Woodworks are the quality performance doors you need with the beauty and protection you want. Builder's First Source is your source for acclimated entry systems and all your building needs.
Folding a fitted sheet, programming the thermostat, matching your socks. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your home doesn't have to be one of them. So you can get back to more important things, like finding that missing sock. That's simple human sense.
That's Carlson Family Insurance in Wapaton, representing auto owners insurance. Visit Carlson Family Insurance Agency in Wapaton today. Call 672-6002 or on the web at www.cfiagency.com.
Your daughter has the flu. Your son breaks his arm. You need quality medical care you can count on. CHI St. Francis Primary Care Walk-In Clinic. Quality family care. Go to the Primary Care Walk-In Clinic at CHI St. Francis, where there is no appointment necessary. Hours are Monday through Friday, 8 to 7:30 and 9 to 5 on the weekend. Quality care close to home. You get the finest care for home injuries, common illnesses, and emergency service. Virtual visit available. Call 643-0747. We treat you like family. You're one of our own.
It only takes one step, twist, or crunch to know something doesn't feel right. Essentia Health's orthopedic and sports medicine team gets you back to doing what you love with commitment, resilience, intention. We're here to keep you moving forward. Visit essentiahealth.org to learn more about orthopedics and sports medicine, like nowhere else.
And welcome to the Miller Realty Postgame Show here on B92.7 FM. Turner Blob is here. If you are just joining, no, I did not lose my voice throughout this game. I lost it right before the game, naturally. Breckenridge falling to Parkers Prairie 22-15 here in Parkers Prairie. They could not spoil their homecoming or hand them their first loss of the year. So Parkers Prairie improves to 5-0. Breckenridge falls to 1-4 on the season. And but you know, these teams are in the same section. They could end up matching up again down the road here. It's definitely not going to be good news for Breckenridge if they end up matching up. Just in the matter of fact that they would be at the bottom of the section, because most likely Parkers Prairie is going to stay in the top 2 or 3 spots. But we'll see. You know, still a lot of season left to go. But anyways, time to run through the scoring for you, and then we'll get to the super unofficial stats from me. With 7:37 remaining, Parkers Prairie struck first with a 39-yard touchdown by David Revering. 2-point conversion was no good, make it 6-0. Parkers Prairie scored again with 5:04 left in the second quarter, so both of their TDs came in the second quarter. This one was a 67-yard touchdown run from Mason Basil. And then a hookup between Cohen Noska and David Revering on a 2-point conversion made it 14-0. Breckenridge got their first points of the game with 4:45 remaining in the third quarter. And that was on a 2-yard run from Bailey Evans. Extra point was good by Evans to make it 14-7. Basil went in for his second score of the game from 21 yards out. Two-point conversion was taken in by Noska to make it 22-7. But Breckenridge responded right away. Paul Armitage with a heck of a kick return inside the 10-yard line. Next play, Bailey Evans goes in for 6 to make it to cut it to a 1-score game, and then he also went in for the 2-point conversion to make it a 7-point game. So heck of an effort there from Bailey Evans, just a warrior in the second half. And run through the stats for you. I can tell he's a warrior in the second half because of all the rushing attempts he had in the second half alone. We'll start off with his passing, though. Bailey Evans, 6 for 10, 17 yards by my count. And Cohen Noska, I'll run through his passing stats. I'm not going to get into a whole lot of the rushing stats for Parkers Prairie because I know that it's not going to be as accurate. So anyways, 8 for 12, 72 yards, and an interception for Noska. Running the ball for Breckenridge, I got 13 carries for 68 yards for Bailey Evans, 12 carries for 68 yards, same amount of yards for Armitage, 6 carries for 34 yards for David Erlinson, and Lawson Oliphant also had a carry for 4 yards. And receiving for Breckenridge, Dawson Weinbar with a 10-yard grab in the second half. Caleb Albertson had I had to double check that. He actually caught a 0-yard pass on that one. David Erlinson had 3 catches for 5 yards on that quick little pitch play. And then defensive stats for Breckenridge. Dawson Weinbar had an interception. I do not have tackles. Do not expect me to keep track of tackles because that's going to be even worse than my rushing stats. So, not a whole lot from the passing game tonight. I'm sure that's something that they're going to try to work on. Trying to maybe get Evans some more time so you can air it down the field a little more. Because 17 yards through the air likely isn't going to cut in a lot of games, unless it's one of those games where you're kind of just running the ball at will and can't just be one-dimensional, obviously. And Bailey Evans, to his credit, made his impact in the rushing game. In the second half, in the first half, he only had 3 carries, and he had 10 in the second half, and he got he got 55 of his 68 yards in the second half, and 2 touchdowns, obviously. So the guy was putting in a great effort, and you definitely are going to question the Cowboys' effort here in this game. And I know they're definitely kicking themselves after that, falling to 1-4. But they showed a lot of good things, and that's a really good team to lose to by 1 touchdown. So we'll take a quick break. Come back with your play of the game, brought to you by Red River Agency, as well as your player of the game, brought to you by Essentia Health. You're listening to the Miller Realty Postgame Show here at Parker's Prairie School.
Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley.
Hi, this is Wade from Breckenridge Cenex. Now is a great time to start thinking about protecting your recreational vehicles and equipment. Stock up on Splash RV Antifreeze at any one of our 4 locations, and we would like to thank you for your continued patronage.
Farmers Union Oil. Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley.
And welcome back to the Miller Realty Postgame Show here on B92.7 FM. It's time for your play of the game, brought to you by Red River Agency, your hometown agents in Breckenridge. And I got a lot of candidates here for play of the game. We saw a lot of awesome stuff from the Cowboys tonight. There was the big 4th down stop with the Martinez brothers in the backfield. We had David Erlinson's rumbling run in the first half. Was just tossing dudes left and right, running for a big gain. A couple of nice touchdowns from Bailey Evans, Dawson Weinbar had that interception. We got a lot of good options here, but I'm going to go with that kick return from Paul Armitage. I know he didn't score, but I don't think anything shifted the momentum of this game as much as that did in the Cowboys' favor, because they got down by 2 scores and they had only had 1 touchdown at that point. So, it's easy to think that the offense is just going to keep struggling, after only getting the 1 successful drive. But Armitage is like, you know what, I'm going to give the squad a shot in the arm here, bust off a big kick return, put us in some scoring position, and they scored on the next play. So it's basically just as good as scoring a touchdown. So I'm going to give the play of the game to that kick return from Paul Armitage that we got to, set up that touchdown in the 4th quarter. Or was that in the 3rd quarter? Let me double check that. My apologies. That was in the 4th quarter. So I just want to be sure on that one. So play of the game goes to Paul Armitage's kick return, brought to you by Red River Agency, your hometown agents in Breckenridge. And now it's time for your player of the game, brought to you by Essentia Health, here with you. And you know what? I raved about him enough today where this should not be a surprise to any of you, but I'm going to be giving the player of the game to Dawson Weinbar. I know he didn't. He only had the 1 catch on offense, but you could say he was the leading receiver. I mean, at least he had the 1 catch for 10 yards, and also a heck of a game on defense. Made a couple really nice open field tackles, and obviously was shown he wasn't scared when he had some tough running backs coming right at him. And he also had that interception in the end zone, maybe saved Breckenridge some points. Came up with that big spark, and we've been kind of talking about the defense forcing turnovers. This whole week, and only forced the 1 tonight. So you gotta shed a little more light on it as well, because that just shows how big of a play it was for this Breckenridge defense. I thought put in a really solid effort. Obviously, the whole team put in a really strong effort, but extra credit to the defense because they came up with just some monster plays. But it's back to the drawing board now. Cowboys gotta turn right around here, and my apologies, gotta double check. I had it written down. But naturally, all the sheets went flying away. Who Breckenridge is going to be playing next week. And my apologies. I will double check that. They are taking on New York Mills next week, who is also at the lower part of Section 6A along with Breckenridge. So a game that is, a lot of these have been kind of must-wins, in the moment. But picking up a win against the team that you're jockeying with at the bottom of the section, that just makes it that much more valuable to need to pick up a win there. So, Breckenridge has got to, work on some things, get back to the drawing board and see what they got for New York Mills. That game will be at home. We'll be broadcasting that, of course, on B92.7, as well as on KBMW News Live, our YouTube channel. So thank you all so much for tuning in. And one final time, my apologies for, I don't really know what I did to lose my voice before all this, but I know you guys deserved a little bit more of a clear voice for this broadcast, so my apologies for that, but hopefully it'll be 100% back next week. So one last time, your final score here at Parker's Prairie High School. Parker's Prairie improving to 5-0 with a 22-15 win over Breckenridge. Catch you guys next week. You've been listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM and watching on KBMW News Live YouTube channel.
Tonight's Breckenridge football broadcast was brought to you by Action Realty, Breckenridge Public Schools, Builders First Source, Carlson Family Insurance, CHI St. Francis, Essentia Health, Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley, Hike Camp Construction, Hornstein Family Chiropractic, Miller Realty, Minn Kota Ag Products, Otter Tail Power Company, Quality Toyota, Red River Agency, Smith Motors, State Farm agents Matt and Amanda Frederick, Titan Machinery, Twin Town Villa, Vision Ford, and the Wilkin Drink and Eatery. Be sure to go to KBMWnews.com for a complete updated list of future broadcasts and video streams. Thanks for listening.